We're back. We're on the stream, and we're going to try something different today. We're going to react to this DSP documentary while I play a game. So I'm going to have the gameplay on the screen. At the same time, I have the documentary up there. So the documentary I'm going to have like in a picture window. I hope you guys kind of like it. I saw Tipster do this stuff before like this, so I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's try it. Let's try it out this way and see how it works out. I think it might be worth it. So it'll help make the stream have something a little bit more pleasant to look at. I would say, and give you guys something to be able to react to at the same time. I think it'll work out. So, let you guys feed in here. Hopefully y'all had a good weekend. It was a 3-day weekend. I do not say Happy Memorial Day, though, because it is a day of remembrance. And it is not a happy day, in my opinion. So, let me go ahead, pin the message there, and what's up, VJC? How are you doing? All right, you guys should be filing in. Smash that like when you get here. And yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to do something different where we have the documentary in the top left while I react. I'll be playing a game just to test that out. So here we go. We're going to move the screen so you can see. I'm going to be playing Gollum, actually. I got
against massive hate. I'm sure there's going to be
a
massive
review code
haters.
for Gollum.
There always have been in the past. There always will be in the future. And the bottom line is not to focus.
And
DSP will go on to explain that when he makes a racist joke,
we're going to be watching this while I play.
Jokes are not real racism.
So just kind of like a hang out and chill and chat.
It's pretty easy to make the distinction. And a lot of people say, oh, there's a fine line. It's a gray area. It's not. It's this simple.
And I don't have the game audio on at all.
What you're doing, your actions actually have a negative effect on the person. Okay? So, if I'm making a silly joke about a racist stereotype.
Okay, good. So, the audio is not going to be tuned out by the game. That works out.
Is that really hurting a particular person? Is that really hurting that race?
What's up, B.O.? You're an avid detractor of Dave.
Well, if I were
so why do they call him Dave? I've never understood that.
And I refuse to interview candidates based completely off of their race. I refuse to pay my employees equally because of their race. That's fucked up. That is racist.
My volume seems like
it's very easy. And I know, again, there's some people who like to be too bitchy about it. Oh, he made a racist joke. That's so insensitive. But no one got hurt. The difference is when people start
finally
getting
catch
hurt,
up on 10. Yeah, I watched all of it.
You have to draw the line.
Even with this negativity coming from this,
I watched all of it last week.
DSP held on to a strong fan base and still had legitimacy within the gaming community, still being invited to gaming conventions and panels. DSP intended Twitch to be a way to interact with his fans and build up a community, but it would backfire as he would have to face negative comments while live streaming. Normally, when addressing criticism or negative comments, DSP would do a pre-recorded rant video.
His uncle's name, not sure the origin. Okay,
to delete it or
it's interesting.
Just do another take. But
I've noticed some people say Dave.
Haters and fans would see as raw reactions to negative comments. There would be an infamous moment in DSP's livestream of Kingdom Hearts where Panda Lee would go into chat, egging on chat, calling them fanboys, trying to get chat to rage at her so she could moisturize her body in their sadness and rage. DSP viewers would not react kindly to Panda Lee's comments and begin insulting and arguing with her, ignoring the livestream that was happening at the time. DSP would realize what was happening in chat, lock it down to sub-only mode, and begin insulting viewers.
Alright, and now I'm going to tell everyone in the chat, I had enough of your bullshit tonight. I see everyone arguing with my girlfriend instead of talking about the game, and I've had enough. So we're going to put it in sub-only mode, and now none of you can fucking talk. Since you can't act your age or act mature, and you all want to argue with my girlfriend, now you can just have no chat. How about that?
He should have just had her not even be on the streams.
Acting immature. This is what you get now. We're putting it into sub-only mode. Fucking idiots. I'm here trying
I've been
to play
like,
a
yo, why
fucking
you starting
game.
shit?
It's hard to concentrate when a bunch of little immature shits get into a fucking argument with my girlfriend. Fuck you. There you go. Subscriber only mode. No fucking chat.
Yeah, the Sonictupedia updated
get.
within the hour. Holy
It's
shit.
You fuck off. There. Guess what? Now there's no more arguments. No more. Dumb fucks. Now we can all concentrate on the game, which is what you should have been concentrating on to fucking begin with. Immature
You love his
assholes.
rages?
Jesus. If I could slap you through the fucking internet, I would. Alright, now let's get back to fucking business. What we're all here for.
He's definitely raging right there.
Jeez.
Imagine
Ex-fans
raging
of
when you're
DSP
playing
would
Kingdom
start making
Hearts.
videos explaining why they were not fans of Darkside Phil anymore. These former fans would send these
The
videos
Snickers
to
bar is
Phil
amazing,
himself,
by the way.
presumably in an attempt to provide constructive feedback so Darkside Phil could make these changes and bring back ex-fans, or as an attempt to bait a live reaction from them, or bait a rant from a pre-recorded video.
Alright, and goodbye to the Dragon Slayer, who unfortunately formerly used to be a fan. All of a sudden today, out of thin air, out of nowhere, sends me 2 videos that were hater videos. One of them is his. He says, oh, my video is not a hater video. I click on it, and everything in the description.
What's up, Michael?
This is why I don't like Phil anymore. Here, watch this guy's videos who challenged Phil to Street Fighter and called him a pedophile because he knows what he's talking about. And all the, you know what? Enough. And now he's in the chat derailing it. There's a rule. You can't talk about this shit. Bye.
Goddamn, Gollum looks terrible.
Go
Look at
fucking
him.
Go with your little jerk-off fan club and go jerk each other off in a circle like you all like to do. It's obvious that's what you want. You want to feel like part of this group of people who hate on me, and you feel so good. Oh, be your own community of negativity and filth. Go ahead. Go jerk each other off and go away. That's not what the stream is about, you dumbass.
So I guess
What
this is
an
right
idiot.
around when he
And
started
the
really
sad part
getting
is I used to
trolled.
talk to this
Well,
guy
his
on Twitter all
girlfriend
the
was the one
time.
that started all this
And
shit.
we used to have, intelligent conversations, used to contribute to stuff, and all of a sudden something in the back of his fucking head turns his opinion, convinces
This guy
him
works in
that
Cyrax?
some
I don't know
fucking
anything
evil
about
person-
Cyrax.
Yes, that's me. The evil mastermind of the internet. To corrupt you and to be dishonest. That's what I am. I am the evil genius at work here. No, I'm a guy sitting in his living room playing games. You're the fucking loser who has to turn it into something negative. So goodbye and good riddance. You got to think of it this way. Here's where you really got to think of it, okay? And this is me being real. If you watch someone's content and you love their content, you think it's entertaining, you think it's fun.
That's
okay?
cool, VJC.
And that's why you watch them. And then all of a sudden, you
I'm gonna wait
realize
on that
there's
one.
a group of people who don't like that person. And you allow
I don't really ever
yourself
pre-order anything.
to separate yourself from the person who's entertained you for years, to go watch a bunch of people who are making all these negative, nasty videos about that person, and you allow yourself to believe some of that stuff. Shame on you, because weren't you there just to be entertained to begin with, right? Right now, there's probably hundreds of people.
Yeah, I
on
keep
YouTube
hearing about
making videos
Cyrax.
about me. Complete bullshit. Oh, I'm a pedophile. Yeah, I met Panda Lee when she was 16. I never even talked to Leanna until after she was 18. And it's so dumb because anyone who's a longtime viewer or fan knows.
You should have just ignored what the trolls were
who've been in
fucking
my
saying.
videos. Remember all those certain gameplay playthroughs where there were girls? Remember when I went to a Renaissance fair and there was a girl in the video, and that wasn't Panda Lee. Those were other girls who I'd been dating in the past. But these people will make anything up in order to make me look bad because they think that if I look bad, that they have power over me and just in general. Because these people in real life have no fucking power. They sit
He's giving
there,
it way
they're
too much
miserable little
energy.
cunts
And I've
who probably
been
get
guilty of it in the
slapped around
past,
all
giving
day,
too much
slapped around
energy
at
to,
school. Their parents
guess,
slap them
detractors,
around.
you would
So I
say.
had to turn to the internet, and we're going to do this mass negativity campaign against a guy who just wants to sit on his couch and play games and share that with people. That's fine, because some people are saying, well, even mentioning this, is going to perpetuate the creation of a new video. You know what? Good, because that'll just prove that anyone who makes a new video based off of what I'm saying right now is such an immature little idiot. Really. Because if you can't listen to reason, if you can't listen and put yourself in the shoes of someone else, then you're immature. And that's really where I feel I've really matured a lot since I've done this on YouTube. When I started, it was all a joke and it wasn't being serious. And I would make friend requests ridicule and rip my fans a new asshole for sending me messages and voice messages, and it was very, very insincere, and it was very mean-spirited. And I don't do that kind of stuff anymore, because I really feel that since I've started doing this and I've gotten feedback from people, I start putting myself into
How
the
long
shoes
ago
of
was
other
this
people and
video
realizing, wow, if you're on the other
ranting
side of
on?
the coin, that would be a pretty nasty thing, you know? So
Did it freeze?
that's
Did the
what these
video
people
freeze?
don't have the ability to do yet. I just, you know, I've recently gained that ability.
I guess they just have
the
a
last
still
5,
image
6
of
years,
it.
and I was very bad at doing it before this. These people don't have that. All they see is from their own self-entitled perspectives, and that's why they feel they're the most important people on the planet, and that's why they feel that they can make 1,000 videos about me, and if they do, they've just proven my point. If anyone
DSP's
makes a
not as
video
fun
about
as Chris
that
Chan was,
argument,
right? Chris
they've
Chan was a little bit
literally
more
proven my point, word for word.
Chris Chan was a little bit
DSP's
more
live reactions and
wild.
frequent
What's up,
rant video
RWK?
uploads would garner the attention of many haters and trolls from across the internet. They would gain the moniker of Detractor. Detractor would be used as a blanket term to describe anyone that would attempt to troll Phil, hate on Phil, or even criticize Phil. These detractors would create memes and small communities focused on making fun of DSP and criticizing all his actions. One such detractor group would be
up,
Kojima
Anthony
World
Smith?
Order, their name derived from a joke that DSP had once made based on his perceived hatred of Kojima and a wrestling faction called New World Order.
Low
It
tier
cemented
God's
the meme
ranting is
that
better.
DSP hated
See, I don't know
Kojima
anything
now
else
that
about
Kojima
low
was
tier God
associated
either.
with the detractor group.
Completely behind cover. Die. Yes. Applaud Kojima, everybody. Applaud. Applaud Kojima.
Kojima.
It's a great game. Kojima World Order. Well, that's right, because Kojima's a fucking cocksucker.
Kojima's
Master
a
level
fucking
fucking
cocksucker.
programming. I love Kojima. Kojima, the master. Kojima World Order. The KWO is in effect here. I'm joining the Kojima World Order as of right now. Everything that Kojima has made is godlike, without question.
KWO would parody DSP Tries It and make such videos as DSP Tries It, insulting
Oh, thank
his
you,
fans,
Steven.
HD remake in reference to the Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I have a
incident.
little bit of
They would
that, and then also a
incorporate
little
DSP
bit
Tries
of
It's jingle into their own
experience
intro when
with
making
some
these
some
videos.
acting too. So appreciate it.
Kojima World Order.
There would be prevalent
Kojima
memes
World
amongst
Order.
the detractor community regarding DSP. One meme would be his laugh. They would refer to his laugh as ack, and call it a seal laugh due to his habit of clapping while laughing.
That's 2 partners you lost. Your partner died. Dude, that is the best dead scene ever.
Detractors would focus in on how often DSP would snort into his mic and make this a meme and make compilations of it.
Surely somebody's made Kojima with the NWO theme? Maybe.
Phil would reveal that this is caused by a post-nasal drip causing him to constantly snoot. Detractors would make this a defining characteristic of DSP and refer to him as a pig due to the snooting
What's up,
and his
Bebo Burn?
perceived greed. These detractor memes will make their way onto DSP's own videos, potentially him being unaware of these memes at the time.
Next question is from CJP Acking. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I apologize.
Detractors would also make compilations of DSP insulting viewers and insulting people he played with online.
I love the idiots in the fucking chat. All you have to do is block. Yeah, that's why he 360. Because I did block.
The glory and adoration that comes with being
Just because you're a fucking idiot who watches streams doesn't mean you know how to play the fucking game, dumbass.
Not much. Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm glad you guys are here. Make sure y'all smash that like. And let's just kind of hang out and vibe up. I'm watching this and reacting to it while I play Gollum for the first
I can't even
time.
stand up. I hate this idiot. Come on, man. Do you want to play the fucking game?
Do you want? I know all those sound bites. Those are on
you could just keep shooting my body.
one of the
You're
channels
such a
I've
good
seen.
Player that this is how you earn your win. So no, come on. Keep hitting me. Come on, keep hitting me, asshole. Come on, you fucking idiot. Come on. Keep hitting me. Here. Earn your win. Oh, you're so good.
What's up,
I'm
Kurt?
gonna let you fucking win.
Who?
So that you can waste your fucking life.
DSP
playing
having
other
an
people.
OnlyFans? No,
Because
I don't
actually
think he
like
does.
playing fighting games, you fucking idiot. Fuck you, dumb shit. My God, people are still here. Keep hitting me. Go ahead, hit me again. Come on, finish it. Get your perfect, because this is how you want to win. So go ahead.
You're just a bitch.
Go ahead. No, you're the bitch because you don't play a fucking fighting game, you stupid cocksucker. You fucking walk back and shoot bullets. You're a fucking idiot. Your mother probably shat you out, you fucking
RetroArch
piece of
was
shit.
hacked.
Learn how to fucking play a game and be an honorable fucking player. Don't spam fucking projectiles, you stupid fucking idiot. So now you can live in as you live in your mom's basement, you can celebrate by eating your whole fucking bag of Doritos and chugging down your
Damn,
fucking
he's
Fanta,
mad.
because you gotta win with Deathstroke. You're so good because you rock back and shot bullets. Fuck you, you stupid.
Even with his financial instability, DSP would take week-long trips to Philadelphia, Chicago, and his gaming statue collection would continue to grow. In August, DSP said he was done addressing all the negativity
Damn, my
and
muscles started
detractors,
hurting
but
right
less
here.
than 2 weeks later, he would upload a video over 1 hour long ranting about the negativity.
And I know that a lot of people have been saying that I've been doing hypocritical things lately. I, for one, can say 100% I can understand why you would say that me making this video is kind of hypocritical, because I said a few weeks ago that regarding this whole issue of negativity surrounding myself, particularly on YouTube, that I would not
Hey,
address
Oscar,
it. I would
what's up,
just
man? How you
completely
doing?
ignore it, and we would just push ahead positively. And I've done that. I've done that for the past month or so.
DSP found that the message was extremely important to him, so he did not monetize the video once it was uploaded to YouTube. He would go on to address how there's a large number of former fans making videos about him, describing why they don't like DSP anymore, and he would go on to say that they're just joining a bandwagon against him.
What I want to address are these people who are coming out and they're saying, well, I used to watch DSP, but then this particular situation
Yeah, he's
happened,
letting trolls
and
get to his
he hasn't
head.
legitimately addressed it at
Happens
all.
to the best
and
of
because
us.
of that, I don't like him anymore, and I want to make a big campaign that everyone should stand up against
Unfortunately,
DSP.
he does a little
He does
too
nothing
much.
positive for anyone. He hates his fans, and he abuses his fans, and that's it. Let's all do it together. And what's happened right now, literally on YouTube, it's a fad. It's actually become a YouTube fad among people who watch Let's Plays or playthroughs to basically make these kind of videos. Say, I don't like DSP anymore. He's a dick. And when you watch them, it's funny because there is a grain of truth in every single one.
Before I
There's always gonna
followed,
be a grain of truth. There's a reason why someone may become
DSP,
upset
I never
with
knew
someone,
there was
all
a
right? Maybe
series
there was
called
something
This Is
that
How
I
You
did to
Don't
piss
Play.
someone off. And that's-
So I
however,
made a series called that on my channel.
However,
and
it's now gotten to the point that, and I'm not
a bunch of
exaggerating
DSP
here, if you just
detractors
go
thought it was
to the
in reference
YouTube
to him.
search
I was like,
and you
no,
type
it
in
wasn't.
DSPGaming, or you type in Darkside Phil, the majority of videos that are going to come
Chan
up
and
first
DSP.
are people making these
I don't think
hate
either
videos
one
about
would.
me. All right, and like I said, it's literally to the point. It's a fad now. It's like it's the in thing to do. You used to
Would
watch
box.
DSP, but now you're you've gotten a little older, and maybe he did something to maybe annoy you at one point. Make a hate video about it because everyone's doing it, and it's a fad, and everyone's watching these videos. I mean, undoubtedly, people wouldn't be jumping on the bandwagon, okay, if there wasn't a reason to do it. And right now, it's actually people are doing it to get popularity and to get views.
DSP would go on to address one particular fan that had become a detractor. This fan had helped set up the King of Hate fan forums, sent DSP a custom PC, and even
What's up,
gave him
Laser
some
Boy?
advice on how to do direct capture when he was first beginning. Phil would realize
It's a letter
that the
8,
direct
not the word
capture
8.
advice was incorrect, and then later found out that
It's
the fan
8,
intentionally
the
sent him
number
a damaged
8.
PC.
Not,
He would go on to say
not
that
the-
people are
not the
focusing on
word
the
8.
negative aspects of them just to get popularity and views, when he's already done so many positive things throughout his YouTube career.
I've tried numerous times in my career here on YouTube and Twitch to do things for positive reasons. Do you remember Bill S.978 and the SOPA and PIPA and how I spoke up about those issues? My video got over 600,000
He streams a lot
views.
every day.
That
I've thought
video
about
got the attention
maybe
of the
trying that out if I ever had the
bandprogress.org.
time.
They directly contacted me and used that video to push their agenda to the mainstream. And in fact, after SOPA and PIPA got shot down, demandprogress.org personally contacted me because they wanted me to be in their book. They're writing a book about how SOPA and PIPA got shut down, and my video was such a big
What's up,
part
Joe
of it.
Nike?
They
What's my
wanted me
history
to
of
be part of
DSP?
the
I don't
book.
really
And
have
you know what
one.
I said? No, because I don't need the
At
credit.
all.
The credit was
I got
that it
blocked
got
by
shut
him in
down.
the
That's all I
past,
care
but that was
about,
it.
all right?
Because I made a
So,
parody
for you
video,
to
but
call
I've
me
never
cancer
even talked to him.
when the bottom line is what I did a few years ago saved a lot of people's asses. There's people who were doing video game footage on the internet probably wouldn't have been able to if SOPA and PIPA didn't get shot down. Now, not by any means am I saying I'm the only person responsible for it, but I was one of the first people to break the issue, and I let 600,000 people across the globe
Sisu
know
today?
about it, and they all spoke the fuck up.
Never even
and
heard
got
of it.
Shut
I
down.
think I heard of
You
it
think
just last
I'm
stream.
Cancer? No. People who make negative montages about people. People who just care about the negativity and try to break people down and twist little facts to try to make your agenda pass so you can get views, that's the real disease of the gaming community. That's the people who need to shut the fuck up because they're not helping anything.
DSP would go on to request that his fans make vlogs and montages of the positive aspects of his gaming channel, hopefully to overwhelm the negative videos popping up in the YouTube algorithm when looking up DSPGaming. He would go on to try and make this a movement called #DSPositive and make it a trend amongst his community.
I would like to make a request if I could, all right? And I don't know if anyone's gonna buy into it, but I get so many messages on a daily basis.
Yeah, I made a parody video of
positivity.
him.
Phil, thank you so
the cameras
much for
on
putting up with
incident.
all this crap that's going on. I just got one today.
And I guess he didn't like it because I looked him up on Twitter and I was banned. I was blocked.
And thanks so much. And that's
but
the
never
kind of thing that
ever
keeps me
actually
going.
ever
But
talked to him.
The thing is, they send me a PM. They don't make a giant ranting video about it on YouTube. So what happens? You search for Dark Side Phil on YouTube and you see all the stupid rants from people who are out for themselves and aren't not telling the truth about me and my content, okay? And you see none of the positive stuff. So what I would ask from everyone is this. If you are an actual viewer of mine, a fan of mine, start the positive talk going. Talk to everyone about what you like. Make a vlog about it, you know? Start the positivity train going, because that's what we really need. We need to turn this around to the point where, like, okay, so there's this group of people that hate them, but look at the people who like them too. All right, now I'll watch them and I'll make my own decision. Because that's not what's happening right now. As I've said numerous times in this video, people are just going to YouTube, type in Dark Side Phil, and immediately there's 20 hate videos. Wow, this guy must be a real piece of shit.
In a small way,
people here said it. I'm not going to watch his content. Fuck him. And then they go elsewhere.
I get what he's trying to say, but
again, I tried.
You don't go on these fucking long-winded meltdowns. That just
to the point where
that just gives the trolls what they fucking want.
In my head, I had to speak out about this issue, and also there's just these people who are not my hardcore fans, and they're skipping my content. They're saying there's too much negativity associated with Dark Side Phil right now, and I don't understand it. But these people are saying he's a dick and he mistreats his fans. Well,
just ignore it. Who gives a fuck?
Not watch his content.
You know what I mean?
This video would begin the season of rants, where he would constantly address the negativity and detractors through multiple videos throughout the months of September, October, November, and December. He would address the same topics over and over again, repeating himself, making one rant blend into the other rant. For the sake of brevity, I will not.
Yeah, him going on and on about it didn't do him any fucking favors.
Moments where he would provide
I would have just fucking ignored it.
In October, DSP would
if I said anything, I would say it for like
videos
10 minutes tops,
they violated his copyright
and then move on.
Of his content, but he didn't because it wasn't with his time. He didn't care, and he wanted to focus on the positive.
Has said, Phil, you have, number one, copyright hold on all the videos that you upload to YouTube, and number two, you own the trademark on your name. So technically, anyone who even uses a video with your content is violating both copyright and trademark law. Why don't you take them down? And the bottom line is this: there's different ways to handle negativity. I absolutely right now can get up and stomp my feet and be angry. Oh no, there's people who are making fun of me. Oh no.
Sounds like there's somebody in my fucking driveway. Fucking weird.
Them. And I could right now pick up my phone and I could call my lawyer and I could say, that's it. We got to get these motherfuckers, put in 100 copyright claims right now and trademark claims against people on YouTube and get them down and fuck this and But that's not really the way to go about it, in my opinion. All right. As a person who's been around the block, it seems like when you attack negativity with more negativity, it doesn't work. The best way to attack negativity like this is to focus on the positive. The fact that I still
he has a point, but he's
despite the fact of all the
his rant is not helping.
I still have people who know who I am as a person, who give me
the video
benefit
is
of the
not
doubt,
helping,
who watch my content and have fun, regardless of the fact that there may be, oh no, there's 40 trolls who came in and thumbs down the video. Who gives a shit? You're still watching the video and enjoying
Great.
the
Did I
content,
accidentally
and that's what
reset my
matters,
fucking
okay?
progress on this Gollum game?
I could do that.
My fucking
right now,
god.
I could call my lawyer.
This
and
game
I could
sucks,
have a team of
guys.
people on it. But the time and effort it would take in versus the fact that these people are just going to continue to do it because they see that they got a rise out of me.
I reset my progress.
It's not worth my time. And the bottom line is that's all it is. People are trying to ride this wave of negativity, not a wave of positivity.
Motherfucker.
It's the antithesis of that, actually, when you think about it. When a couple of years ago I said, I'm just going to ride this wave of positivity, this wave of success. These people are riding the wave of negativity, all right? because they see it's a fad now, it's popular. And if I address it, and if I do stuff like that, and I do, you know, flagging people, which I could immediately. Right now, there's a video that went up today.
Scripted
I could
as
take
rants?
it down like this. I'm not even kidding you. I could.
Yeah, if you had like bullet points or something, that might help.
There's no reason to, because I don't care. I'm not going to be petty little like them. I'm not going to be a petty little person. Oh no, I'm so upset about DSP. No, I'm going to make creative content on a daily basis, push it forward for you, and stay positive, and that's all you can do.
In November, DSP will go on another rant describing how he's changed as a person and he's no longer negative, and he would address how people keep getting the King of Hate name wrong, people believing that he's the source of hate when in reality people hate him for no reason, and he uses that hate to fuel himself.
So that's why I find it funny that these idiots are trying to flip it. And again, when you look at the black and white, when you look at the facts, you know that it's bullshit. No, I'm not scamming my fans. I'm not hugely mean-spirited to my fans. You know, when do I do this? When do I just sit in chat and I put my feet up like this and I say, let's make fun of people?
Man. It doesn't
oh, look,
do
this
you
guy's
any good.
name is stupid.
I've been there before.
Oh, look,
you
this
should
guy I
never
don't
fucking
really
let
like
people
banning. Oh, this guy's a fucking asshole.
this fucking
You know?
riled up.
When do I do this? I don't. I'm focusing on putting out Ask the King, answering your questions. If I didn't care about the fans, why would I even do Ask the King? You know what I mean? So it's just preposterous, the shit that people say just to get noticed, just to get views, and just for their own popularity and for this. You know, what it is, I think a lot of people also get this misconstrue, I'm the king of hate. Oh, that's because he hates on everyone. No, that's not where I got the name from. I've now explained so many damn times. It's because people seem to find a way to hate me, and I take that hate and I turn it around into fuel for me to keep going. It's happened in the Street Fighter community. Now it's happening on YouTube, and it's not going to stop me. You know what I mean? But I've grown and I've changed.
For a Thanksgiving special, DSP would make a long video thanking everyone in his life that helped him become successful. He would begin with Panda Lee, thanking her for being there to support him during this year of hate, but also mentioning that she may have done some silly things in chat one time.
First of all, obviously my girlfriend, Leanna, who has changed my life. I mean, honestly, to have someone who loves you, and unconditional love as well. Someone who supports you in everything that you do, that through the good times and the bad times is going to stick around for you. Regardless of the fact that some people may have issue because she did something silly in the stream chat one day or she just rubs you the wrong way, you have to understand that the person that I know is a different image than what you see in the public eye from, you know, her making videos or being on Twitter or being in the stream chat. She's a very loving person, and she really has made my life different in a great way that previously I didn't have. And I'll be honest with everyone, if I didn't have her ongoing support on a daily basis, I don't know how much of this stuff I would have been able to take this year. Because there was a lot of bullshit I put up with this year. There was a lot of risks I took. There was a lot of negativity, and she basically helped me through that. Okay.
John Rambo would also get a special section thanking him for all the support he gave Phil during this trying year.
I want to thank John Rambo in particular, because John has been a steadfast friend ever since, you know, that day when I was laid off from my job. He has basically bent over backwards and said, listen, Phil, we're going to make this work, you know. And he's been here to do co-op with me. He's been my travel companion on many different trips and business ventures that we've been on. Different projects, whether it was Project 7 where we were all involved together, whether it's me helping him out on the show to, you know, to be a special guest and things like that. We're always willing to help each other out. And I mean, let's be honest. He could have easily said, well, Phil, I have my own YouTube channel now, and I also want to focus on that, so no more
They're
co-op,
not friends
no more
anymore,
smart guys.
so.
It's all going away because I'm going to focus on my own shit. He hasn't done that. And in fact, if anything, we've grown to be better friends over these past several years because he's been there for me. And a lot of times when I needed help with particular things or with a game or with anything, and he's a good friend. And I do hope that he understands that I do appreciate the fact that I know that every week when he comes for co-op, he's driving like an hour and a half or longer to get here and back each way that he drives that much. You know, I am going to make an honest effort in the future to retain that cooperative aspect of our gameplay and also our friendship, regardless of what happens.
Like, dude, okay? I'm starting to tune out.
John
You talk too
Rambo's section
much.
of the video was longer than Panda Lee's section. DSP would thank his existing fans and express how he's 100% honest on the internet.
Take my socks off.
I want to say special thanks to those of you who are longtime fans, and for all the changes that happened this year, the direct capture, the live streaming, the negativity that came from YouTube, the fact that you guys know me because you know that I like to share things, and I really do feel that I am the realest guy.
Yeah, you share a
on the
little
internet.
too much, man.
I'm the realest guy. You can ask
I've
me a
learned that the
question,
hard
I will
way,
give
too.
you a
You gotta
straight
just
fucking answer. I'm not
keep some
hiding
stuff quiet.
anything. I'm not some snide guy who's really has some secret dark past or has some cruel intentions. You know what I mean? I really, since day one, when I started this, I said I'm just going to be honest with everyone. What a concept. Someone who's going to be open and honest with the internet and not bullshit, and not only show you a certain facade or act like a certain personality to try to get popularity. No. When you see me, this is me. All right? And I enjoy that relationship that I have with the internet. So I want to thank you for those of you who are longtime viewers or fans who this year rolled with the punches and said, all right, so there's a lot of negativity. Phil made a lot of changes that maybe we don't agree with, but we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, okay? And we're going to see if he can, you know, make it through this transitional year, because that's really what 2013 was. It was a big transitional year.
Who's still here with me? You guys are awfully
and
quiet.
The fact that I had the ongoing support
If I'm streaming to myself, I might
people
not even stream that
like
long.
that really helped me.
No offense,
helped me
but
to go and move on.
He would go on to
if you
thank
guys
all
are
the
not
YouTubers
talking,
for giving him a chance and
makes
not
me think
believing
you guys
all the
aren't
Detractor
interested.
videos about him.
Where is this hidden agenda? Where's this secret evil of Dark Side Phil? And of course, the bottom line is it doesn't exist. It's all bullshit, and that's not the purpose of this video. But I want to thank the people who are newcomers, who gave me the benefit of the doubt, and who continue to watch my content.
Rich88, what is up, man?
Seems to be the YouTube.
You miss the quality of the Chan videos. What do you mean the quality?
You know
What's
what?
the
It's always
difference?
been like that. Let's be honest.
Thank
Even
you for the
before
member
this year, there were always
renewal,
people who were
man.
talking
4
shit
months.
about me.
Appreciate
and
that.
there's various reasons why people do it, and they change from time to time. But the fact that you give me the
I don't know what
benefit
you
of the
mean by
doubt,
quality. It was
the
literally
fact that
just
this
me
year,
watching
and
it
I'll
like
say this
this.
because a lot of people like to spread misinformation. A lot of people
What's
right
up,
now will tell you
Daddy-o?
that Phil is losing subscribers in the thousands. People are leaving in droves from his content because, you know, they don't like him anymore because he's a bad person. This year in particular, I got
Brazzers, what's
a
up, man?
ton of new subscribers in comparison to the past 2 years. So we're not here to be perfectionists. We're not here to criticize how someone plays a game. We're here to have fun. That's the purpose of gaming. It's supposed to be to have fun. Not to say, well, my life's miserable. I don't have a job. I don't have a girlfriend. But I'm really good at this one game, so I'm going to make videos of it and put them on YouTube and
What's up, Joel?
have good worth for myself. And I'll stroke
Never
my
blowing
giant
bubbles
invisible
again.
peacock because this is my only sense of worth in life. Wait a minute. There's someone on the internet who's not doing it for that reason, and he's having fun, and he's making a living doing it. Destroy that person. Fuck him. How dare he? And the bottom line is,
Make sure you
that's
guys
the
smash
situation
that
with
like
a lot of these
button, by
people
the
right
way.
now. They just cannot stand
Hit that like
that
button.
I am having fun, making a living, doing what I'm doing, having fun with you, and they're so incredibly jealous that they can't make it happen for themselves that they have to shit talk. So if you are a newcomer in this past year, you've been looking to say, what is this negativity surrounding Dark Side Phil? That's
Thank
a
you,
lot of it. It's
Daniel.
not all of it. That's a lot of it, and that's really where a lot of it is coming from, okay?
During the same video where he was thanking people, DSP would reveal that he still held a grudge against Google and Detractors for when he lost his AdSense account and his Blip TV partnership 3 years ago.
Oh, you mean the way they
doing
made the
this
Chan
since,
series?
early
That made
2011.
it sound like you didn't think the stream was
When,
quality anymore.
I was laid off from my full-time job in late 2010. I tried to do a personal
you, Rich.
ad program through Google itself. That didn't work out.
What's up,
because Google
Crazy
accused me
Fish?
of
Do I
fraud,
still
which is fucking ridiculous. I never did anything that was
wrestle?
fraudulent whatsoever.
Daisy, what?
Anyone who even tries to accuse me of it, you can't. You know, everything that I ever said was maybe an allusion to something, but I never outright violated Google's terms. In fact, that's not why they terminated that partnership. They actually terminated that partnership because they thought that people were jumping on the videos and using bots to click them. Now, I don't know.
Damn,
maybe
this
they
game
were.
is
Maybe there were
trash.
people who were so emotionally affected by me losing my job and my underdog story. They said, I really want to help them. Let's get bots clicking on ads and stuff to get Phil more money. And maybe that's what happened. I don't know. And that was years ago, and that's in the past, okay? Then I went to another website called Blip TV for about a month and a half, to which, again, yes, this is the story of my life. People who hate on me, who didn't want me to succeed.
Where the fuck am I
went there
supposed to
and
go
started
after I
a
throttle
false
him?
smear campaign against me, an anti-DSP campaign.
What's up, Bill
trying
Bones?
to convince the owners of Blip TV that I was a racist. Now, any of you who watch my content over the years, you know that I'm an equal opportunity jokester. I will say, you know, Chinese and Asian jokes. I will say, you know, black jokes. I will say Mexican jokes. I will say Middle Eastern jokes. I make fun of myself more frequently than anyone else. So I'm an equal opportunity, you know, person who will make fun of everyone.
am I supposed
I'm
to
not a
do here?
racist. But
Finally, he would thank all the detractors for fueling him with his hate, and notably, this would be the longest section of the video.
I want to say a special thank you, and I actually mean it. I want to say a special thank you to all of my haters. I want every one of you, whoever made a hateful montage about me, whoever made fun of me, said that I'm a fat fuck, said that I'm ugly, you hate my girlfriend,
Wrestle?
I'm
Yeah,
a horrible
I've
gamer,
never stopped.
he's terrible at fighting games, he's terrible at this, he's a horrible person, he's a liar. I want to thank each and every one of you. And I don't mean that in a snide or sarcastic way. Here's why I say that. Because you don't know where the actual moniker, the King of Hate, came from, because you never bothered to open your fucking ears and listen to what I had to say.
Sam K, I'm
the
still like
reason
in the
that I'm called the
early.
King of Hate is not because I love
in the
to
early
hate on
parts of
people
the
and hate
game,
on
but
things. It's not. That's
I'll be
not
honest, it's not that
whatsoever where
great.
that came from. It came from every facet of my life, no matter where I was, whether it was in high school, in college, in a Street
I'm
Fighter
throttling the
career,
guy,
in
but
my
then I don't know
official
what the
business
fuck
career. People
we're supposed to do
love
there.
to be dicks to me. They love to not give me a fair shake. They love to hate on me. They love to tell me that I can't do something. And I've had so many times in my life.
Oh, there
when
we go. I was
someone
supposed to
told
just
me,
hold it
You know
down.
what? You can't.
It doesn't
do
look like
I
a
really
hold
felt,
down.
No,
It
but
looks
I
like
think
you're
I
supposed to
could.
tap.
I think I'm being held back. And people say, no, fuck you. You're no good. Get the fuck out. We don't want you. Just blatant hate. But the reason I call myself the King of Hate isn't because I get all angry and I rant on everyone. No. It's because I take that fucking hate and I let it build up inside of me. And I let it become a force. I let it become a force that drives me. To say, you fucking gonna tell me that I'm no good, that I'm a fat fuck, that I can't do something? I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna throw it in your face. So what I have to say to everyone out there who's made it their professional career now to try to hate on me is, look at me now. I am not going anywhere. I own your fucking hate.
A lot of
as
hype
a
games are
badge
disappointing this year.
to
Yeah, there was
show
quite a
that
few
there's
that
so many
were.
people that want me to fail, and I refuse to fucking lose. Thank you for the motivation to let me continue to put out entertaining content on a daily basis. Every day when I get up and I put out a quality video, it puts a smile on my face because, number one, I know that it entertains someone, and otherwise someone who might have been having a bad or shitty day now is entertained and it feels better. But number two, I know that I just proved
What's
you
up, Daniel?
wrong. Oh,
What's
no.
up, everybody
You can
popping
cyberbully
in?
me
Welcome
because
to
I'm
the stream
little guy,
tonight.
but I want you to know something.
I know
I'm
he's
one of
not
the
as
fucking
entertaining as Chris
originators.
Chan is, but
I'm one of the people
smash that
who
like
stuck
if
his
you
neck
want.
out and back in 2008 started to do something different on YouTube in an entertaining fashion that almost no one else was doing. I've inspired people. Yeah, that's right. PewDiePie has said he was inspired by me to make videos. He used to watch my content back when he had no money to buy games. He would watch me play the games. That's how he got the idea to make his content. 2014 is going to be, I'm going to call it right now, it's going to be the most positive year of my life so
2014,
far.
geez, this is almost
so
a
keep it
decade
up.
ago.
Keep up the good work. I salute you, my haters. Thank you for the ongoing support. I appreciate it. It is the fuel to my fire. It is the badge that I wear to let me know that I can prove you wrong, and I will continue to do so until I so choose to leave YouTube and Twitch of my own volition, period.
At the end of the year, the DSP would make a list of the top 10 most positive changes of 2013 using the hashtag DSPositive. Of course, he would dedicate a portion of the number 1 slot to address all the detractors
What's up,
and rant
Chris?
about them.
Content
It's my new
matches
thing.
happening on YouTube. They're saying,
Smeagol or
well,
Gollum?
good, because people should have to get real jobs and they shouldn't be able to make a living off the internet and off of YouTube. You people are so miserable. You're so pathetic that you couldn't make something that you enjoyed into a way to support yourself, that you've got to let that negativity permeate into everyone else and everything else. And I really didn't let that happen. I said, you know what? I'm going to push forward with my positive changes. I'm never going to allow myself to be
What's up,
held
Game
down
Chasers?
by people who tell me
Any
what and how to do
DSP?
something.
I'm watching it right now,
As
man.
you know, there is always a little nugget of truth in things that people say, but the fact that the people really just completely blew stuff out of proportion this year to try to destroy my internet personality and my internet career was absolutely ludicrous. But we stayed positive and we focused on being positive, and there are more positive changes coming.
Those positive changes would be him moving out of Connecticut, having more places to film, potentially getting a green screen, and he would be buying the King of Hate forums. Evil AJ would join the hashtag DSPositive movement by making a montage of the most negative moments of 2013.
Oh my god, listen to the butthurt fanboys in the stream.
You didn't finish the game. You cheesed the game so much that it would be impossible. Oh, you cheated. Oh.
Fucking idiot. Oh my god.
That's the way game chasing
Ugh.
goes. I mean, that's the way DSP
you're a
go.
cheater.
I heard of
DSP,
King
fuck
Cobra
you, DSP.
JFS. I have
Even
not.
though it was nearing Christmas
Who's
and
King
he was
Cobra
setting up a tree
JFS?
with Panda Lee, he found time to rant about the detractors and express how he was the innovator of Let's Plays.
People complain that I'm not a pro-level player. No, I'm not. I don't sit here and play the
King
game
of Hate.
400 fucking times before I do a playthrough. That's not me. It's never been me. And it's weird because up to this year, everyone knew that, and if someone made fun of me and said, oh, he's not good at a game, people would laugh. All of a sudden this year it becomes a fad to make fun of me because I'm not good at games. Like, dude, I've been making videos since 2008. Now you just fucking figured it out? How about you wake the fuck up?
You wonder why DSP
You know?
never shows up at conventions? He's gone to conventions.
I'm
He's
one
gone
of
to
the
Evo,
innovators of
Magfest,
people who make videos
too
on
many
YouTube
games.
I pretty much blew up the whole Let's Play scene when I started doing it with
Actually
live
decided to
commentary,
come over
dicking
here.
around,
You've been
not being a
watching,
walkthrough,
rewatching
not being a
Game Changers
pro-level
the past few
playthrough.
days.
People are so
Decided to check
jealous
on the gang. Well, I
that someone's
appreciate
able
it.
to do
I've
that,
been
make a
here
living off
for
of it instead of worrying
many
about
years.
themselves, that they have to focus
Thank you for coming
on
in here.
bullying, on ridicule rather than on creative content.
Someone should
All those
approach
people
him.
who are
I
out there
don't
doing all they do is make
recommend,
fun of
even if
others,
you
take a look at
don't
their
like
actual
a person
creative content, their Let's
at a
Plays, the shit, they're
convention,
terrible. That's why they resort to that other stuff.
confronting
As a
anybody or
special treat
approaching
to all his
anybody.
viewers, he would make a Christmas special making fun of all the
Don't be a
detractors.
nuisance to people at cons, guys,
You're a
even if you don't like
loser,
them.
Mr. Troll. You
No, I've never met
really
DSP.
are
I literally have no
a
history
dick.
with
You
DSP.
spend all your time hating. You really make me sick, Mr. Troll. I'd suggest doing something creative, but you've got no talent. You're an asshole.
This was the end of the year of hate for DSP. He had
Shit,
come out the
that
other
dude looks
side
scary
and
as
survived,
fuck.
though
You see
it was
that?
unclear how much damage his community of fans and his reputation had taken. 2013 would end with a message of positivity from Phil. This would begin the year of positivity for 2015.
Yeah, you can
Thank you
easily
for
get
sticking
kicked
with
out.
me this year, everyone. I will see you in 2014. Stay positive. Great things can happen to you if you are positive, and you stick with it through the negative times. That's the key here. Don't give up. Don't let this deterrence and the bullshit and people that tell you that you can't do something or you're not good at something and that you shouldn't be successful. You go like this, and you fucking push on with your positivity, and you're gonna do great things with your
Oh,
life.
guys,
That's
just
my
in
attitude.
case,
Look what I've done so far.
If
And
it
we're moving
thunderstorms
on
again,
to bigger and better things.
the stream might end abruptly if
The
it
year of
thunderstorms
positivity
again
would end
because
within 2 weeks of
power might
2013
accidentally go
when a
out or
fan
something
would
like
ask
that,
DSP
so
if he's homophobic
just a heads up.
during an Ask the King
those things look scary.
The second question is this. I stayed away from your work for a good while due to the fact that I was always told, wait till you hear this,
Case of the
don't support
chance.
Phil because he's anti-gay and he funds anti-gay foundations. Huh? That is incredibly ridiculous. That is, I mean, wow. The ridiculous amount of misinformation
backup
about me on
generator?
the
There's
internet,
no
it's just
backup generator.
unfounded. The bullshit that people spew out of their mouths about me. I can't believe that someone actually stayed away from me believing that, all right? I am an equal opportunity jokester. You'll see in my videos that I will joke about everything. I'll joke about Asians, I'll joke about Mexicans, I'll joke about Middle Eastern people, I'll joke about white people, I'll joke about black people, I'll joke about gays, I'll joke about women, I'll joke about everything. Because that's comedy. Comedy is like you're not always harping on the same
check
thing.
the weather.
It's when you always harp on the same thing that you can tell that maybe there's a little nugget of truth behind what someone's saying. But I think if you watch the videos that I put out, there's never some kind of a ringing pattern of me consistently doing the same stuff. Oh, I need to slander Phil's name because I don't like him, or I'm mad at him because
first
he
time you
insulted
install your
me
AC
at
in
some
May, you don't
point,
have AC?
or
I'm
he's
sorry.
really changed this year. He's all about negativity. So let me destroy
I'm just
his
glad
name,
mine's still
right?
working.
Instead of
Usually it
ignoring the person
fucking
you don't like, let's
goes out
destroy
about
him.
this time
And
of
that's
the
what they
year,
did. They spread all this
right before
misinformation.
summer, right when
DSP
summer
would
starts.
take over the King of Hate forums and state that anything related to known internet memes dedicated to negativity would result in a permanent ban, including KWO. He would state that he's all for legit criticism, but would not stand for these anti-DSP movements. Thanks for understanding and moving forward positively. During a live stream, DSP would say his viewers have mental problems if they ask him a question that he's already answered in a previous video.
The one thing I will say, before we get started here, is that if you're wondering why I'm not playing The Wolf Among Us right now, You basically should have
Nino.
watched the weekend preview.
Wasn't there one already called
and you
El
should have been
Nino
listening
like
to the
a
5
gajillion years
million
ago?
avenues which
Like in the
I
90s?
disseminate information regarding what I'll be playing during the course of the week, including other streams. And like I said, I do these things for a reason.
I think like in 95 or 96 there was an El Nino.
Phil, the weekend preview, you make it 20 minutes long, and we can't sit through that. Well, you know what? Then you've got a problem. You've got a serious issue. I'm not joking. You need to go see a medical professional, because if you can't listen to an intelligent discussion and information that's informative that you want to know for 20 minutes straight, you have a physical, mental, some kind of problem, and you need to be treated.
A YouTuber and live streamer named Slow Beef would do a parody impersonation of Darkside Phil called Darkside Beef.
How are they supposed to see in the dark too? It doesn't even fucking make sense. Bunch of fucking amateurs. Fucking idiots. I won the fucking Dark Souls tournament, which is why I'm the King of Souls, is what my name is. The King of
Man, I
Soul
suck
Hates.
at fucking Souls.
But seriously, guys, say DS positive. That is positive that Demon Souls is a fun game to watch. And also click an ad while you're here, because it helps my channel.
During the livestream, Darkside Beef would pull up videos of DSP and play small portions of the video. DSP believed that Slow Beef was streaming his content and tried to contact Twitch on Twitter to get Slow Beef banned off the platform. DSP would go on to apologize to Slow Beef publicly and say he was misinformed about the restreaming aspect of Slow Beef's stream, but then go on to the King of Hate forums and call Slow Beef a dick. DSP would try to
I haven't been to
justify
a
his
website
actions of trying
forum
to
in like
get Slow Beef banned
forever.
off
I should
Twitch
make some
by
8-bit
saying,
Eric
okay,
forums.
so I'll go TP his house, egg his cur,
Are
break
message
in
boards and
trash the
forums even
place,
still a thing?
fuck his wife, then act surprised when he calls the cops on me. Just because this is the internet makes it no different. That's what people
I have a
don't
Discord.
get.
I guess
It's
that's
the
technically
internet,
kinda like a
so I
forum,
can do
isn't it?
whatever I want. No, fuck you. You cannot. End of discussion. DSP would go on a rant on how YouTube has become oversaturated with content creators, and this oversaturation of creators have caused people to go to Adblocker and blames Adblocker for his reduced income.
Whenever the paper's involved, that's when things change. Because immediately, when people said, wait a minute, that Darkside Phil guy's doing that, man, I could do that too, you know? I mean, I don't believe that he's so popular. He has creativity, and people rush, right? And it's not just me. I'm using myself as an example because I was one of the people who first had their gaming channel partnered and started making good money doing it, okay? And what ended up happening was you had massive amounts of people flood the fucking website. Flood. So now anytime you want to see a game, there's 5,000 people doing playthroughs with ads all over the fucking thing. Donate money, send money, give us money. And it's like, how different is that from when I even started? You know what I mean? Back then in 2011, you had what? 20, 30 people who were really big gamers on YouTube and had ads on their videos. So that wasn't that big of a deal. Now you've got 500.
It's okay to not have creativity, man. You know, it's okay to be a Let's Play channel.
And now it's a fucking problem, right? Now it's an epidemic. Now you try to watch any clip on YouTube, and there's a 4-minute
But he does talk too
fucking
much.
preview for a movie that's the dumbest, stupid, most uninspired piece of shit you ever see, and there's no skip button to skip the ad. And you're like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to see this 4-minute long piece of shit, stupid trailer. So you get ad block, you install it, right? And now everything's free. No waiting, no pop-ups.
Now YouTube is gonna fucking do something to circumvent ad block, I think. I forgot what it was. I saw like an update or some shit. What the fuck is... Look at this. Look at the game, guys.
Ads that you never wanted to hear to begin with. I can skip all that shit and I get all the content for free. Wrong.
That dude was glitched in the ground and now he popped out.
I don't know how much louder I can yell. Wrong. Because what's happened now is because so many people oversaturated the market and put so many ads on everything that every person is now using ad blocks.
The graphics look bad. Look at that.
DSP
Look at
would
these
dedicate
guys.
half of the podcast to a friend that was tragically killed in the 90s.
And when we come back, we're going to have a segment like no other. We've never done anything like this on Hate Live. I'm going to reminisce and basically bare my heart to you guys about my friend from back in the day who passed away. I'm going to tell you all about my experiences with him. And I'm going to show you some never-before-seen photos of him and as well of a fighting game tournament that he attended in the late 1990s.
Once the podcast concluded, it was uploaded to YouTube to be
No,
monetized
it doesn't
and
look
have
like a
ads
PS2
playing on it.
game.
This
Saying
would
that,
create
that's a bit of
controversy as people would
exaggeration.
call out DSP for
It's just not
monetizing
polished.
a dead friend.
I wouldn't say
He
a
would be
PS2.
confronted during a live stream, and he would react.
What's up,
negatively.
Crystal?
A lot of idiots, of course.
Damn.
Oh my god, Phil should disable all ads on all videos.
Imagine what it'd be like
when he
on the
ever mentions
Switch.
his friend. You know what? Shut the fuck up. Seriously. Like, that's what this is about, right? Because that's why I'm doing it. You know, shut the fuck up. And I'll say this to anyone who's going to accuse me of shit like that I'm doing this to make money, I will come find you in real life and I will beat the shit out of you.
I think the DSP saga
about.
is much more entertaining these
You're gonna
days.
accuse me of shit like that. Grow the fuck up.
During a live stream, DSP complained about how YouTubers don't
fuck?
finish the
Look at
games they're
this.
playing, specifically Final Fantasy
What's
13,
that?
and they only care about the money.
Look,
He would
there's like some
subsequently
random thing right
rage
here.
quit Final Fantasy 13 on a live stream and restream someone else's playthrough of the ending.
Shadow of Mortar,
The
yeah, that
biggest
one's a
guy
good one.
Making the most money or anything like that. It's not what this is about for me. I mean, look, here I am playing.
Oh, I
Lightning
guess it's
Returns,
dirt, but it
when
just
most
doesn't
people
look like
gave up.
it.
A lot of people bought this game and gave up on it. Some people on YouTube started a playthrough and said, fuck this game, and went on to other stuff for a few reasons. First of all, because the game's pretty bad, but also because the game's not very popular. No one really cares that much about it. Me, I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it till we get to the end of the game today. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times I've been playing stuff that people say, oh, why are you playing this? It's not popular. Or, you know, why aren't you playing this other overhyped fucking thing that came out? And I'm like, because I don't feel like it. You know, there are people out here that aren't about that. They're not about the games they're playing. They're about making money. I think I got it. Hold on. We watch the ending together and be like, fuck this stupid shit. Fuck this stupid final boss fight. Eat a dick. Alright, hold on a second.
Come here, lizard. Here, lizard.
Where is it? Yes, fuck it. We're watching the ending. We deserve it. We put up with this shit for too long. We're getting the ending. That's how you do it. Fuck this game. Chaos Master 10. Oh, Phil, it's going to be hard to watch your videos again after this. Shut the fuck up. Did you suffer through this stinker? And if you did, why? Seriously.
Chris Chan
You know
has
what? I
R
played
word
the
strength.
games.
You're not
This
wrong
is
about
crap.
that. We
You
need a Chris
criticize
Chan and
me
DSP
because I
box
didn't
match.
beat the final
Neither
boss.
Chris Chan
Well,
or
you fucking do it
DSP would
yourself
probably
and leave me
ever
alone.
box.
How about that? How about you don't
They would
hold
never box,
people
neither
on
one of
YouTube
them.
up to your selfish standards of how a gamer should behave or perform. If you enjoy the content, watch it. If you don't, don't. But don't sit on someone's stream and just criticize nonstop like you're some high and mighty motherfucker who's better than everyone else, because you're not. That's the bottom line. You chose to watch the content. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
DSP would create a habit where he would criticize other content creators, and he would name them specifically. One creator he had named specifically was TotalBiscuit and used his name frequently. This would cause TotalBiscuit to respond in a post. Here are some highlights of TotalBiscuit's post. TotalBiscuit would say he does not like seeing someone harassed online, but DSP brings it onto himself, especially with the King of Hate persona and being super negative. TotalBiscuit would say that DSP is terrible for insulting his fans, but also say that viewers are not immune to criticism themselves because they can act like assholes, act entitled, or act whiny. TotalBiscuit would state that DSP needs help, specifically therapy. TotalBiscuit would state that he himself
You're about
needs
to ask
therapy
how am I
and
liking
is easily
Gollum?
provoked into engaging with trolls online as well. He would bring up how DSP does giveaways, but only giving away the game boxes.
I just got a
making him
trophy
believe
dying.
that DSP has problems he has to deal with because this is not a normal, sensible thing to do. In the end, TotalBiscuit would say that he pities DSP and that DSP is a metaphorical arsonist obsessed with burning down his own house. As a final line,
I'll say this
TotalBiscuit would say
documentary is not as
KWO was
polished as
hilarious.
the
In May, DSP would
Chris
have
Chan
a
one.
meltdown during a live stream addressing TotalBiscuit's response, but also addressing Slow Beef and Evil AJ's This Is How You Don't Play videos once again.
Thing that I'm going to address. I promise you guys, this is the last time I'm going to address this because I'm tired of fucking repeating myself at this point. Okay? I'm done with it. Because the bottom line is this.
Oh yeah,
Since
Total
last
Biscuit
year-
passed away. I never followed him,
Since
but I remember
Slow Beef and whoever the other guy is, the
hearing
two
something
guys that
about
get
him
together
passing
and they
away.
rip super rye people
From
okay?
cancer or something?
Since they made this video about me a year ago, a little over a year
Cancer
ago now, about
sucks.
how bad I was at Metal Gear Solid 2, No shit, I said I was when I started the playthrough, so they completely missed the point. But anyway, they made this video, and I guess it wasn't bad intentioned. It was just meant to be funny. A parody video of me being bad at Metal Gear Solid 2. Now, they didn't ask me for permission to do it. They didn't explain what they were doing at the time. They just did it. And I got contacted by a bunch of fans telling me there's these guys making fun of you. So, of course, I reacted badly. Should I have reacted in the way that I did? No. If I had known the frame of reference that they had been doing this to people for years and years on end, and that it was kind of almost a rite of passing that they do this to every Let's Player on the internet, I probably wouldn't have reacted as I did. The problem was no one told me that. I saw the thing completely out of reference, didn't understand it. To me, it looked like it was something mean-spirited and malicious, and I reacted negatively to it. And ever since then, that was it. That opened the floodgates. Wow, you can make a funny
Do I think
video
they show me
making
doing
fun
my
of Phil's
parody on
gameplay,
DSP?
and immediately
No.
it can fucking make you become
They don't.
super
They're not going to
popular.
show that.
And
That'd be
everyone knows
funny
this.
if they
It's
did.
become the thing on YouTube for the past year and a half. Everyone's been doing it, okay? I'm about making positive content, focusing on the positive, pushing forward positively. I don't care that there's hundreds of thousands of people out there who watched Kojima World Order montages about me, and they think it's the funniest fucking thing ever to make fun of someone who makes his living off the fucking internet. Right? So obviously I'm doing something right if this is how I'm making my living, but they don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about how they're so much better than me so they can stroke their giant e-dicks. And they want to take the, 24 times in the 30,000 plus videos that I've said something stupid, or I said something, I got baited by someone on Ask the King, giving me misinformation about a topic, so I said something dumb that obviously if I was informed on the subject, I wouldn't have said something like that. But they take that, oh look, Phil's a hypocrite, Phil's an asshole, Phil insults people, Phil does this, he's that. I don't care about it anymore. I'm done. I'm at this point, I'm about to move to Washington State. I don't give a flaming fuck about any of it. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you fucking tweet me about it, if you email me about it, if you bother me about it, I'm just going to block you and never speak to you again. I don't care how long of a time of a fan you've been. I can't put up with this shit anymore. I still, for how many months have I been saying I don't care? Don't tell. Still today, Phil,
You're playing Hogwarts on the
what
PS4?
TotalBiscuit said about you.
I
Oh
still
my
need to
God.
finish
You name-drop
Hogwarts.
him,
I've
and
gotten
he
towards
says
like the
that you
end. I
should
just
name-drop
haven't had
him, and you should go
the
see,
urge
see a
to
therapist.
get back
And
to it.
I put my hands on my face. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. How, in what way do I have to say it? Do I have to go to your house with a fucking brand and brand it on your fucking forehead? I don't care. I don't fucking care. He basically thinks that, again, which is what everyone thinks because this is what the Kojima World Order says, think that the King of Hate moniker is that because I like to hate on games, and that when I
You're
play
at the
games,
halfway
it's a
point.
persona that I portray to be very negative and unfair.
Yeah, I'm
to
pretty
the
sure
game
I'm towards
developers
the end.
And rip them a new asshole, and only blame the game and never take credit for my mistakes myself, despite the fact that I've explained 5,000 times how that works, but no one wants to hear it. They just want to focus on their own little private stupid world version of what's going on instead of the reality that I've explained, that the King of Hate has nothing to do with me hating on games at all. It's about me owning the hate that people throw my way and turning it into a way to fuel myself to succeed. But no one wants to hear that. It goes in one ear and out the other. Oh, well, he's the king of hates, but he can't take the hate, but he can hate. Fuck you. Seriously. If you can't take 5 seconds to find out what the moniker has been since day one and you want to spew out stupid, misinformed bullshit, you're a fucking idiot. My content is a Joe Average guy playing games, having rage, frustration, and reactions to things naturally that anyone would have. And yes, I blame the game makers to some extent. Absolutely I do. But that's not the focus of my content.
What's up, Sato? How you doing, dude?
Oh, did you hear what TotalBiscuit?
Good to see you here.
Doesn't know me from a fucking Badger's asshole. He doesn't watch my videos. I don't watch his videos, right? The only reason I've even been talking about him is things that he's publicly stated, right, about negativity on the internet, about getting attacked, about...
I might check into the
letting it get
Cyrax
to you,
stuff. People
about
keep
medical
saying
issues. God
check
sake, I wished him
Cyrax
well
out, so
because he announced that he had cancer. How's that name
I might look into
dropping?
Cyrax.
What the fuck are you talking about? But I don't care if TotalBiscuit doesn't know who I am or understand my content.
What's up,
I don't
Maxim?
give a fuck. The fact that at the very end of his post he said, I find Kojima World Order to be hilarious, immediately shows that he has an incorrect frame of reference. That he doesn't watch my content. He's only watched the hate montages and he thinks they're funny. So I already said it once. I'm gonna say it finally. This is the last
Man,
time
I got
I'm
attacked
fucking
by
saying it.
mosquitoes
I don't
today,
care.
guys.
Jesus Christ comes out of
And
the
like
fucking
at my
sky
ankle
and tells me that
on
my
my left
content
foot,
sucks.
it's fucking
Don't
swollen.
tell me about it. Don't tweet me. Don't
Sucks.
email me. Don't fucking come to my door. Don't fucking send me physical mail. Don't fucking make a giant sign. And
What's
fucking,
up, Just Craig? This is
fly a
DSP
plane with a
Gaming.
sign through the skyline. I don't care. I am here to continue to make entertaining content for you. Period.
I
That's
think he's
it.
more entertaining
That's
these
all I
days
care
with
about,
his
and I think a few
drama
just
from
blew.
like the screw tap side scrollers thing and all
After
that.
this meltdown on a live stream, he would go on a Twitter rant.
Man, that was a
saying he
large
done
meltdown.
referencing
He wouldn't
anyone
shut
else
the
in
hell
his
up.
content again, and he just wanted to
You can't
focus on
imagine
his
how
own
Hogwarts
stuff.
Legacy
He would
runs
go
on
on to rant
Switch.
How he's an exception to the
To be
rule, and
honest,
after years of
I
success,
can't either.
resentment has created a movement to take him down because he made a gaming career on YouTube a different way than other creators.
Did I ever get to fly?
He would say just because you played
No,
one game
but
in
it's
2
probably
weeks,
dead
signed up
because
for
I
a
don't
vid
see it
editor,
flying.
and made crazy high production vids doesn't mean you worked harder. LOL. Look at the critique I get from bigger YouTubers.
Dude, mosquitoes
His content
suck.
sucks because he doesn't edit out fails. There's no effort. Huh? Editing equals
We won't know
effort?
till
Keep in
November.
mind, I've
Dude,
made more
it's
videos
gonna be
than any
bad on the
individual on
Switch.
YouTube ever. But that's not to some because I didn't vid edit. I'm the devil. Because I became successful without being like everyone else, it sort of mass resentment in the pit of the stomach of those who work harder than me. It comes down to this. Phil played games, wasn't good at them, but got popular and made a living on it without massive vid editing effort. So now
Yeah,
doing
it gets
some stuff
bad
makes
here. My
total sense why
backyard
Con
is-
started shunning me and an
My backyard
anti-DSP
is fucking
movement started.
brutal
There
when
was
it comes to
deep-rooted
mosquitoes.
resentment. Never been part of an crowd in my life, whether in school, work, YouTube, and it seems that clicks always seem to boom to keep me out. Life lesson, even if you never say something negative about anyone, if you're in competition with them, they're not your colleague-friend. In fact, it may even be behind the reason that I've been denied panels, etc. at conventions, and this just coming to light is just sickening. Even then, I say my piece and I move on and try to focus on my own stuff. Apparently, the
Mosquitoes here are here all year, though.
roots to that. It's coming to my knowledge that a group of people have been talking shit about me, my content, behind my back for years, and it's shocking. Folks, I hope you know that I've always done my best to be honest and fair with you.
You know what system
If I have something
Nintendo's
to
working
say,
on?
I'll say it publicly. As
Shit,
the
who
year began
knows,
to
man?
approach
They need to
summer,
have something
DSP
new,
was
though.
preparing for his move
By
to
now,
Washington
Nintendo
State.
needs to
He
hurry
would
up.
encourage his fans to subscribe to his Twitch channel to increase his income, as the move will be expensive.
Right now, I'm in the midst of a move. I'm in the midst
You know,
of a
I haven't
move
seen a
across the
tick
country. In
a
1
tick
month's
in a long time.
I will hopefully have moved across the country and will be busy moving in my stuff, furnishing the new home, getting set up in my office to do this in my new place. And it's going to be a good experience, but it's going to be a very, very stressful, very expensive experience, because not only am I doing this, am I moving across the country, but I'm also trying to sell this place in Connecticut. I cannot afford to have 2 mortgages forever. And right now, I'll be honest with everyone, the past month to 2 months, April and now May, up to now have been pretty slow. So, you know,
What's
it's been
up,
a bunch of
Daddy? I appreciate
disappointments.
that.
And I understand that when you have that, I get a slow month. But what I would like to pitch, obviously, for you is that if you ever have considered doing it, if you want to consider to see me keep doing this, live streaming gameplay, now I'm upgrading to 1080p.
Oh, I
right?
can't stand it.
Always improving, always
If
trying
there's
to
an
do things a
option
little
to play
differently
a
make it better
game
for you guys.
in a better
Consider
way,
becoming a paid
I
subscriber on
avoid
Twitch
playing
here,
it on Switch.
because that is solid income for me on a monthly basis. It's consistent. I don't have to worry about views on the stream, because I can say, you know what, I got a bunch of people who are supporting me by doing a $5 a month subscription. I get half
Steven,
that.
I'm like, nah,
and
I'd
you
rather
get things for it. You get access to.
I'd rather play it on
subscriber-only
Xbox or
emotes.
PlayStation
During
than
December,
play it on
DSP would make
Switch if
his
there's
move
an
from a small
option.
Connecticut condo to his Washington house, taking a large break in his content creation due to the move. When he ultimately returned to live streaming, he noticed he had less income due to members not subscribing to him again.
Of those of you who are paid subscribers here on Twitch TV, I haven't mentioned this in a while, so I figure I'll bring it up again. I am
Shit, I remember when
subscriber
Twitch used to be
program.
called Justin.tv.
Unlike a lot of other streamers, I don't take out time.
Y'all remember that?
And completely derail the content of my stream for people who become new paid subscribers. I don't stop the stream. I don't play a noise. There's no pop-up on the screen saying so-and-so became a paid subscriber, because if you're going to pay to be a subscriber, you're paying to see the content. You're not paying to see other people get a shout-out for being a paid subscriber. It's bullshit and it's attention grabbing, and it's only for the purposes of making money. It adds nothing to the content of the stream to do that stuff. But people do it just to make money. Well, that's not what I'm here
Who
for.
was Justin?
I'm here to actually enjoy the games I play and to put out quality content, not to be here to be a fucking cash register. So I don't do that stuff, okay? But I still want you to understand that source of income is significant. So the paid subscribers.
No, I've never met
definitely a huge
DSP
boom.
guys
And
ever.
at one point, we actually had almost 250, which would have gotten me into the bracket where we can get you guys new custom chat emotes that you could use in the stream chat. But then, of course, I moved across the country, which meant 2.5 weeks of downtime, no streaming at all, and a ton of people. I mean, like almost 80 people fell out.
You remember that name? Never used it. I've streamed on Justin TV way back in the day, like a couple of times. Not regularly.
At this point, I'll be honest. I've only gotten probably about 20 people
Do I think
back out of the
DSP
80
smells
that
bad?
I lost.
Nah.
And I know it's going to be slow going, unfortunately, until the end of August. You know, again, if you would consider possibly becoming a paid subscriber, understand that I am appreciative of it. Just because I don't stop my entire stream to have a giant attention-grabbing cash register pop up and
I don't
say,
think he smells
I
bad.
just made money because someone became a paid subscriber. You know, because I'm not trying to let people be attention whores. No, I don't do that, but I am still incredibly appreciative of the people who are paid subscribers.
I'm okay with bit.
And I hope
A
that you would
game doesn't
consider,
have to be
becoming
high
one,
resolution
because
graphics,
it
but
does
a game
directly help me out.
has to
Around this
fucking
time
run
as well,
alright.
DSP would realize his PC was not adequate enough to play games and live stream at the same time.
Look, it's still bad. I'm on the lowest resolution scale, the lowest resolution possible. It's still bad. Yes, we'll play it like this. I think it's actually lower frame rate than it was before. Look at this. Yes. It's still slow. It's still bad.
Detractors would say DSP's PC would have been adequate enough to play at a higher graphic level and livestream, and the issue was really a system configuration problem. But regardless, DSP went ahead and bought a $30,000 gaming PC so he could livestream and play games at the same time. But during his first livestream with the new PC, he would encounter problems.
What's up,
Garbage.
Joho?
The game looks like garbage.
Are the Chris
The
Chan
game
streams
that I
over?
played
We
on
watched
good
all the
settings
Chris
on my
Chan
old PC
episodes.
looks like garbage on the new one.
So we're done for now. Until
It looks like
a new
garbage.
part comes out.
Wow.
After this, he would rarely use the PC to play games and livestream. A new detractor group would rise up in 2013 called Sons of Kojima. They would host a podcast discussing the events in Phil's life, but also some members would actively take it upon themselves to interfere with Phil's livestream. One notable member would be Loophole572, who would find his way onto DSP's livestreams, make a joke about Panda Lee, causing Phil to react.
Hey DSP, can I go with your daughter Panda Lee in a couple years?
Wow, this guy is just—he's
I've seen
so
this.
intelligent. I mean, his humor is so spot on. That
I don't understand why they gave him shit. She's a grown fucking adult. She's 18.
Break out into hilarious laughter at these well thought out, poignant remarks from this gentleman. He's just so fucking intelligent and funny. Hilarious. Hilarious, the antics tonight. I mean, it's not like he's a complete fucking loser and he's proven to the entire internet that he's a fucking
He should move to
idiot
Texas.
and has a terrible sense of humor and probably is
DSP
14
should move to
fucking years
Texas.
old. Balls haven't dropped yet. That's what it sounds like on the fucking
I think
mic
he likes
anyway.
living up there in
No,
Seattle.
he's cool. What an idiot.
Okay. Here's my point of contention with this. I was a fan of yours.
Yeah,
and
you
I
gotta
know
get
that
something that's
some weren't, some aren't.
120 hertz, man.
I was actually on your PSN friends list for a good half a year, I want to say.
I can hear you. Keep going.
Okay, do you know Loophole 572?
The name kind of rings a bell, but not really.
Okay, so something happened in middle of July. Something happened, and it was people thought it was funny, and you got a little steamed about it, and I
You're watching.
understand. And,
You're playing Destiny
yeah,
while watching
I
Phil
just-
play Destiny. I've
I've
never
been
played
thinking
Destiny.
about
I've
this
had a
ever since
handful
I
of
did it.
people tell me that I should check the game
I'm
out,
sorry, it's
and,
so
and
late.
I haven't.
When are you gonna tuck your daughter Panda Lee into bed?
It's him. That's obviously Loophole 572. So you see, the whole first half of the call was
Yeah,
absolutely
Destiny 2. They
productive.
actually
I got
had
to
a
explain about the ice
Fortnite
bucket challenge, my real feelings.
collab
And
crossover
he had nothing
event
else to say.
a few months back.
And then, of course, when you actually get to a point, oh shit, Phil had an intelligent answer, and then he flips it to try to make the same joke. Now, I'm going to make a point about this, because this is actually very important. This is what children like him need to understand, okay?
New season just came out of Destiny.
Children like him need to understand that.
I've never played
it. Say anything about a person.
I've thought about it.
Their gameplay.
I'm not gonna lie,
their
but
character. You can
I don't know. You guys
whatever
think I would like
when you
it?
start insulting things like their family, their significant other, any stuff like that, that's when you've gone over the line. You've completely, you've gone too far. And all that person has proven in that call right there, which I'm actually glad I took the call, was that he's an insanely immature moron. He'll probably be jerking himself off tonight thinking, oh, I got Phil. When ultimately what he did, he wasted his own time by letting me actually elaborate intelligently about a thing that people had a misconception about. And now he had to make a stupid, cheap 5-year-old crack about stuff. And, it really is disgusting, because he is probably one of the people who will go around the internet and say, oh, Phil dated Panda Lee when she was underage.
Well, yeah, it's free to play now.
But this is what people want to do. People
Destiny,
are just sick,
so
man.
they're doing
they're
doing
seriously. And,
seasons
says,
and shit.
I was a fan of yours since Duke Nukem, but then I made a joke about your girlfriend and you blocked me on PSN and everywhere else.
Steven, I got a 4K
insult
TV sent to me for
person's
review.
family,
It's like a Hisense. I don't remember what it is, but
That's
if you look it
actual
up on my
pussy shit.
channel,
That's like
there's a video
if you were-
where I
if you were a
reviewed that
man,
one, and
go
I've
out
been
to the
using
street
that
and fight
for the last
one-on-one. You don't attack
going
the
on 2
family of
years,
them
and I
behind
like
your
it.
back or anything like that. That's just despicable. What a loser. Seriously. What a fuck.
This would be one of the last times DSP would accept calls on the Hate Life podcast, indicating
He's asking for
detractors
modern
he was
gaming,
afraid of
Oscar.
being confronted by them. This would draw parallels to the time he was confronted by Jaha in person 10 years ago. DSP would talk about depression and how YouTube helped him get out of it. He would also talk about back surgery that may have resolved his back problem, but due to his finances, he couldn't
You
get
wonder
it right
when a
now.
DLC
And
for
since then, I mean, things
Tears
have
of the
only
King
gotten
will
better.
come
And a lot
out.
of people might say,
I would
oh,
say
well, Phil,
maybe
your
in 6
views are down
months.
or whatever. How could I possibly complain about my life? Just have some perspective here. I went from living with my parents to having my own condo and having my own business, making my own schedule, having money, dating women, finally having a full-time girlfriend who I want to be with, moving out of that situation, moving up to a better house out here in Washington. You know what I mean? Like, how could I possibly sit here and say I complain and be depressed? Far be it from me, okay, to say that any of that stuff would ever make me go back to where I was. Because I was literally standing on the edge at one point with the amount of drinking that I was doing and the fact that I was just so negative about everything and hating my life and hating everything around me.
Yeah, he
and I'm so different
likes to
now.
hear
I'm gonna be
himself
honest
talk.
with you guys, the viewers who have stuck with me, you guys who basically supported me the whole way through, no matter what was going on, no matter what lame brain thing I said, no matter if views were high or low, if I was on the high of a high or a low of the wave of popularity that I had on YouTube. You guys coming back and saying that you appreciate my content and you find me entertaining and that I put a smile on your face during a day when otherwise you were depressed, that makes me feel good, and it makes me know that I can never go back to where I was. I don't have any money. I really don't have any money right now. Right now, when I moved to this house and I furnished this house, I tapped my finances. And it's going to take me a year probably. I mean, it started in June, me spending on this place. Probably it's going to take me about a year to financially get to a situation where all the bills are now paid down, the credit cards are down, the financing is down, and now I feel like I have some credit freed up that if I needed to get the surgery, I have the ability to pay for it. Right now, I don't.
During an Ask the King, DSP would criticize mobile gaming as being inferior to other games, but also state how addictive they can be.
Just to show you how stupid this game is, okay? You go into a menu, you click here. Oh, okay, look, there's cards on the screen. So I tap. Look, here's the extent of mobile gaming and where it can go. I'm about to show you.
What about
okay?
WWE
Just look at
champions,
this.
DSP?
Little cards. There's cards. They come out on the screen, right? And then I tap an option. Okay, here's my option. And the little cards are dancing down to the ring. And look, it's cute. The cards are fighting. Oh, the cards are fighting. Oh, it's so cute. And you see my point? The point that I was trying to make back then is that mobile gaming, although it may be a viable... Look, oh, here come the cards. They're cute. They're walking down to the ring. They bounce around the road. Look, they're going to fight. Look. Oh, they're charging up like Dragon Ball. And now they're going to... Look, come on. Oh, I'm charging up. Oh, I'm charging up. Oh, and then they bounce off of each other. And, oh, and you win the fight. See what I mean? That's mobile gaming. Here you go. Tap it. Oh, look, they're fighting. Oh, they're fighting. Oh, Brock Lesnar. Oh, I won. Oh, and that's the game. Okay. The thing is, this stuff is big business. This right here, tapping, and then, oh, I can't progress. I got to spend some money to progress, and people put their money in. It's big fucking business. It's huge. It's addicting. I completely understand. Tonight there's an event in this game that I'm going to be playing. It's a new event. Just started tonight. The People's Champion event. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Special stuff. I'm going to be doing it. And so many people are addicted to it, and they're dumping hundreds and hundreds of dollars into these games. And it's like, wow. Like, really. Like, that is how you're spending your money. Instead of spending it on these great, amazing games that people are making and groundbreaking and really changing the art form. Or
I don't understand how DSP has like over 100,000 subscribers.
On a card game where you tap like this.
On the forums,
no
DSP
offense
would make
to him,
posts discussing how he spent hundreds of
fuck,
dollars
how does
on
he get so
mobile
much
games,
attendance?
specifically a WWE Supercard game. Though the hundreds of dollars he had said he spent may be an understatement. He would explain that he believes the top 5 people above him are cheating because they're somehow spending more money than him.
I can't even get like
more than him,
50 to
saying
watch
they must
me
be
on the
using
regular.
multiple accounts or
But
must be using stolen
he has a
credit cards to be
fucking
able
more
to spend
dedicated
more money than
following.
him. During an Ask the King segment, someone would ask what happened to John Rambo because John Rambo was appearing in less and less content on DSP's channel ever since his move to Washington. DSP would go on to explain how busy John Rambo was, then read off private messages between himself and John Rambo.
Internet-based things I think I've ever seen in my life. It's really well done, especially for keeping in mind that John did 99% of the work himself, the filming, the writing, the editing, really. He did everything himself, the music, shit.
I don't know anything about gaming
and
monitors.
I didn't hear back from him after that. I texted him and congratulated him on the show, and I said, it's great. You know, what are you thinking for our stuff now? When can we get started up? So I hadn't heard from him. Finally, last night, I'll be honest with you guys, I was feeling kind of not frustrated, but almost worried that something had happened where he was pissed at me or something, that he wasn't responding to anything that I was sending him. And so I went ahead and I texted him again. I told you guys I'm the realest person on the internet. I got nothing to hide. I'm going to tell you exactly what we talked about via text. And basically I said, here you go. I said, hey, John, I hope you're doing well. Haven't heard from you recently. I'd like to catch up with you, off camera. Don't worry about any filming. I just want to hear how you're doing. We haven't talked in a while, and it feels weird to me. I knew you had schnozzhole going on, but when you didn't respond at all to my text last week, it felt like something may be wrong. Just let me know. No pressure. I want to know where we stand and that you're okay. And then John did respond this morning, and he said, hey, you're going to have to count me out for a while. I need to get my money together so that I can move to a better place. YouTube stuff isn't going to help me with that. I'm around most nights if you ever want to call. So I did respond to him, and I said, all right, in the next couple days, I'll try to squeeze in a time when I can call. I know there's a big time zone difference. But the bottom line is it sounds to me like John is just not interested in doing anything on YouTube right now.
After reading off private messages on the live stream, John Rambo would cut off contact from DSP. DSP would also unfollow John Rambo and Howard off Twitter. During a live stream, a Twitch admin would ask DSP to lower his bitrate as it was
You can't
too
watch
high
this
at the time
person,
for
he's
the
super
website.
annoying.
DSP would comply with it, but then later on in the month, he would leave Twitch altogether due to this
Slayer
incident.
Craig.
On the King of Hate forums, there would be new drama regarding the moderation of the website. The moderation team was upset with DSP's censorship and moderation of all the posts that he found negative on the website. The moderation team and DSP would come to an agreement where DSP would be censoring less posts on the website and allowing the moderation team to do their job. DSP would break this agreement, and moderators on the King of Hate forums and some Twitch mods would issue a mass resignation. One moderator would summarize their experience as, Phil, I'd say I wish you the best in the future and that I enjoyed my time moderating for you, but that would be a lie. DSP would make a post saying that the mods did not hold up their end of the agreement, saying he refuses to pay thousands of dollars for a website where he gets personally attacked with slander on a daily basis by the same people and the mods won't actually moderate. He would say at the end that he had spent at least $30,000 on the website. After this incident, DSP would reveal one of the site admins took control of the website. DSP would also say he can't do the giveaway and that this is not just hooting him, it's hooting the fans. In less than a year of taking over the website, the King of Hate forums would be shut down. During a Hate Live segment, DSP would go into why he had left Twitch, explaining he did not want to be a sellout and sell to his fans.
See, I don't remember any of this. Like, I never follow. I follow him more recently than all the backstory shit. So I don't know about
Twitch
any of
TV,
this.
all right? The things that people have said about why I left Twitch TV are some of the most ludicrous things I've ever heard. People saying I got kicked off of Twitch TV and banned. Twitch, didn't want me on there anymore because they thought I was a racist. I've heard some of the most ridiculous things, and people have been like creating fake logs and fake emails and stuff to try to prove this stuff, which is so ludicrous, all right? Let me put it to you this way. Twitch TV was an experiment of mine. I live streamed there for about a year.
Man, I haven't streamed in a
During the year
few
and a half
weeks
that I
on
live
Twitch.
streamed at Twitch TV, I unfortunately
I just couldn't
saw a
grow on
huge
it. Like, nobody would
negative
watch
trend
me on
with the
Twitch, so
website,
I
and
was
let me
like,
explain
alright,
what
no
I mean.
point.
And what I noticed is that when I ran a certain amount of ads during a certain period of time, and when I had a certain amount of viewers, I made a certain amount of money. It wasn't a lot of money, and I've said this since day one. When I started live streaming last year, it was fan service for you guys. It was never anything for my benefit. It was for your benefit purely. What the fuck kind of business model is that? You might say to yourself, how is that profitable? That their ads have decreased by, 300-400% profit in a year. And the answer is this. Because they don't care about ads anymore. What they care about is shilling the fuck out of things on their website and turning it into a e-commerce website where you're constantly buying
It's hard to
things
find people coming from a viewer
donating
perspective.
and doing that kind of stuff rather than
I don't know. I
actually
don't never
there for
found
content.
Twitch
But that seems to only be
hard
the way
to
be
figure
profitable
out. You
on
just
Twitch.
look up the
Literally,
user,
Twitch has
follow, and
become
then
a
you'll get
website of
alerts, right?
e-beggars. People who just sit there and instead of caring about what they're doing on Twitch, like a quality playthrough or a quality gameplay stream, it's about bullshitting for 5 minutes, then, time to thank everyone who became a paid subscriber. Let's play sounds and buzzers and interrupt my content. And now it's time to shill a new product. Here it is. And then they shove the product. That's all it's become. I'm not like that. You guys know me. You guys know I've been around since before any of those motherfuckers on Twitch, right? I've been here since 2008. And I'm not going to change the quality of my content because that's how you make money on Twitch. A lot of people told me, abandon YouTube.
With
and
this
just go to Twitch
Gollum
and do
game, it's
everyone
like, what
else
the
does
hell
and
am I
just shill,
doing?
shill,
Crawling
shill.
in the fucking
No,
tunnels and
because
shit?
that's not me. I'm not here to sell products to you. I'm here to give you quality gameplay content that entertains
I got a
you,
trophy,
and
so
in
fuck
return,
it.
I make a living. So that was one of the main reasons why I was leaning towards leaving Twitch to begin with. But the straw that broke the camel's back was when, about a month ago, a little bit over a month ago, I was live streaming, actually it was less than a month ago now that I think about it. I was live streaming Assassin's Creed Unity on Twitch, and I was streaming at a very high bitrate and a very high quality. I've been doing that since June, or what was it? No, since July I'd been doing it and no one had ever complained. All of a sudden a moderator came in and told me that I had to stop it. To which I was like, I don't like that. I'm a guy who's here. I'm one of the few people on your website that only cares about the purity of the gameplay. And you're going to come in here and tell me that I can't put out a high-quality 1080p stream because your website wants me to lower my quality. Oh, I'm sorry. But if
Did
I
they
were one of
really
these
send a
people
mod to
who,
tell 'em that?
had 10,000 viewers and had 10,000 paid subscribers, you probably wouldn't bother me, right? It's fine for you to disagree, but it's not fine for people to turn around and use that as, Phil doesn't care about his fans. He just left Twitch on purpose because he doesn't care about his fans. Guess what, geniuses? If I can't keep doing this for a living, there will be no content. You understand that?
I know sometimes
have to
on
move
Twitch I
to whatever
can't
the
get
format is that's going to allow me to do the
1080p,
highest quality
60
and future-proof
frames.
myself. I'm not going to limit what I can do with my content because a website wants me to lower my quality so that people can just sit there and fucking shill all day.
Detractors would spread the message that DSP was no longer friends with his friends from Connecticut, such as John and Howard. DSP felt like he had to address this, specifically why he had unfollowed John and Howard on Twitter.
DSP is no longer friends with anyone back in Connecticut because he unfollowed John Rambo, OJ, and Howard on Twitter. So that's it. That's the end. He'll never talk to them again, and that's the end of everything. Fuck DSP. He's a dick, and, everyone hates him. What? Do you want to know what happened on... Because this is the thing. People stalk me. People fucking stalk what I do on a daily basis because they're that sick. They're actually following me and stalking me in my life on the internet and everywhere I go to find out stuff I'm doing so they can try to make shit up and fabricate stories. Do you want to know what happened with Twitter? I'll tell you. Twitter made a site change. Okay,
Become a girl VTuber with voice filter.
2 weeks ago.
You imagine?
The site change. Unfortunately, what happens is people that you're following.
You make a Gollum game, at least make it look like Gollum.
Follow,
it's like, what am I doing? I'm just like in the fucking tunnels.
And like, what? And I realized Twitter changed the
climbing
website.
shit.
There's no way
like,
to
what
opt
the
out
fuck?
of this. That anyone that you follow, you get all their shit too. So everyone they follow, you see. So it was like I was getting 14 to 20 people's Twitter feeds all in one day, and I hated it. I was like, I don't like this at all. This is terrible. And I immediately unfollowed everyone. The only person I didn't unfollow was Leanna.
Detractors would continuously bring up the subject of Panda Lee and her age gap with DSP.
It's so ridiculous that this is the shit. I even have more stuff here. I'm not even going to bother because there's so much stuff that people have said. about me, that I was dating Panda Lee when she was only 16, when I hadn't even ever spoken to her till well after she was 18. But we have vlogs and we have chat logs of you bragging about dating a 16-year-old. Go fuck yourself. You guys are so gullible. If you believe that shit, seriously, like, were you born yesterday? You must have been. Because if you think that you see a chat log or an email that it's legit, you're dumb.
Due to diminishing income from ads, DSP was needing some sort of supplemental income. He found this through Patreon.
But I'm going to need some kind of a supplemental thing with what's happened with my viewership this year since the move. And that's what I'm thinking of doing. That's the rough idea that I'm having, okay? And here's the thing, and ultimately, there's going to be people who I can't please. No matter what I do, people are going to criticize
like Gollum's
me
third
and say,
cousin.
no, Phil's e-begging and Phil's taking your money. Listen, here's my philosophy. As long as the people who are willing to do the Patreon thing feel like they're getting a good amount of value out of it, right? And as long as no one feels like they're getting cheated, right? And the fact that I'm not abusing it and mentioning it every 20 fucking seconds and it's ruining all of my content. And the fact that the content that I put behind that Patreon pay window is not only pay only, that you can eventually see it for free, I'm okay with it. I would hate if I did become like all these other people. I don't want to become like all those other people, but I have to do something, right?
You're gonna buy the
Up to
game
now,
blind.
I've been able to make
Now
a
you'll
great
never buy
living off
Gollum.
of just the ad revenue and the views.
Yeah, I got a
Including
review code for this.
A little bit of difficulty with that right now, and I need to find a way to supplement it, all right? And that's why I'm considering doing Patreon in 2015.
Many detractors would note 2015 as the beginning of the end. Even with the wave of negativity coming from evil AJs, this is how you don't play videos in 2013. 2015 proved to be the most destabilizing factor in DSP's life due to the financial situation involved with his move to Washington State. This is truly the beginning of the end for DSP as we knew him, any success remaining in the past and opening up a new chapter of his life and career. As always, thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you wish to follow this series on Darkside Phil.
What's up, Figvania? How y'all doing? So that was part 3 out of 13. Let's find part 4. Make sure if you guys haven't smashed that like yet, you guys hit that like button for me, please. Por favor. That helps the channel immensely. I'm going to get some water real quick. Don't go anywhere. Well, we lucked out. I got some right here. So supposedly there's 10 chapters in this game for Gollum, and I'm at chapter 2.
Oh, the camera's on.
Oh, the camera's
What
on.
is up, ladies and gentlemen? Phil Burnell, a.k.a. Darkside Phil here. Fuck off. You're gone. Don't come back. I need money. I need money.
I'm
Sounds to me
listening
like
to
I
Phil
might
while
have
playing
gout.
film again.
Shame on
That's
you.
funny.
If you've ever made a "this is how you don't play" about me, they're rich. I'm not. Because Kojima's a fucking cocksucker.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
Why am I toxic?
At the end of 2015, DSP would receive a message from Howard. Howard, a friend from Connecticut, would inform Phil that a mutual friend had passed away. DSP would take this information and make one of his very first videos have a segment dedicated to this friend.
Really, I haven't heard from Scott in a long time, and then all of a sudden this week I kind of got a few messages from people like Howard and a few other people back home who knew Scott, who kind of texted me and said, Phil,
But
I
like
don't know
this
if you heard,
guy,
but Scott
I don't
passed
really
away."
care.
And I'm like, damn, you know, I don't know what it was from, and is it a shock? Yeah, but at the same time, I haven't seen the guy in so long. I mean, anything could have happened. You know what I mean? Like, anything could have happened. Who knows what happened to the poor guy?
Damn, it's so dark
DSP
in
would
this game. I
monetize
don't even
this
know where the
video,
fuck I'm
again
supposed to
drawing
go.
backlash that he was monetizing another dead friend. According to Howard, when he told DSP that Scott had passed away, he wanted DSP to contact him, but DSP's first move was to make a video about Scott's death. This incident ended his friendship with Howard, and Phil would be isolated from his most notable friends from Connecticut. In the same video that had a segment dedicated to Scott's death, DSP would
okay.
talk about his Patreon, something he had discussed at the end of last year. Apparently, DSP wanted to set Patreon up earlier, but he couldn't due to a detractor stopping him.
Well, most streamers are
This is a way for
self-absorbed.
you
Gonna be
to
honest.
basically support myself in my efforts to continuously put out the content that I do on a daily basis. So rather than just saying, oh, Phil has a PayPal account, I'm going to try to send him several $100s. No, this is an agreement that I'm going to continue to make ongoing content for you, and that you are going to basically try to go the extra mile to support me doing that. Financially, basically. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. That's what it is. You know, this past year, when I did move to the state of Washington, I lost a chunk of my viewing audience for whatever reason. I don't know if it was because they didn't want to wait 2 to 3 weeks for me to move. I don't know if something
He's
pissed
not trying to be
people
a
off.
character, but he
And the bottom
becomes
line is
one.
there's no reason to even dwell on it or worry about it, because I'm moving forward positively, and I'm doing what I'm doing. And, I have to at least find a way to make up for that in order to continue doing what I'm doing and to pay my bills. Unfortunately, like I said, the move is really what's holding me back right now, is the fact that I have a bunch of debt racked up from moving to the state of Washington that within a certain period of time I should be able to get paid off. But right now I can't take a huge dip in income because of this happening. Because there is an idiot on there who's impersonating me and thinks it's funny to say nasty things about me and make a fake account, which, by the way, violates Patreon's terms of service. The problem is I don't know what's going on, because both myself and multiple people have sent notices to Patreon saying, please take down this falsified Dark Side Phil channel, because it's not legit. It even says right on it, it's a parody channel, which is against the terms of service of Patreon, and they still didn't take it down. It's been like over 3 weeks. They still didn't do it. So I don't know if they're just being
That hasn't
lazy
happened
about
yet,
it. I don't know
Sato.
if they don't read their
Lay off on the
inbox. I don't know if
spoilers,
they've been gone
please.
for the holidays. You would think if you operate a legitimate business, they would take down accounts that say in big letters, parody account at the top, but they haven't done it yet. Once it's down, then I can set up my account, a real account, and we can start to have a dialogue about what kind of stuff would you like to see if you are a Patreon, right?
With a new year, DSP had the opportunity of becoming a new Phil. One of the first to ask the Kings of 2015.
You can't even
would be
tell
him
where you're supposed to
describing how he's
fucking
muting
climb
all the
in
negativity
this.
on Twitter, and his social media life has improved. Even though DSP was having a better time on Twitter, his fans were still experiencing negativity when trying to contact him, detractors harassing them. Phil would tell them to grow a thicker skin and just mute everyone else that's being negative and only talk to him.
Unfortunately, yeah, if you do try to contact me via a public social media, there's
Look
a
how
high
dark
chance
this
that you may
is.
get a
Jesus
negative element because
Christ.
of these people who just won't leave me alone. What I would say is this. If you feel like
That he's
you
an e-bagger, yeah.
like my content, you want to interact with me on a daily basis, Twitter
Like
is the way
a
to do it. Twitter
abnormal
is the best way to do
grifter.
it. Because I do see most tweets.
Like,
I
I'm
try
not
to
against
react to the ones that I can
begging
react to
and
or,
Patreons and
I won't
donos and all
directly
that,
respond
but
to every tweet, and I won't directly answer every question. But I
he's pretty
appreciate them.
next
I usually
level.
get to see all of them, and I have a lot of fun when I'm tweeting at night. Oh, I'm watching this show. What do you guys think about it? Here's my opinion on this. What are you guys up to? Etc. Etc. Those kind of social interactions are awesome, and I'm glad that I have them with you. But you got to have a thicker skin if you're going to do that kind of stuff and respond and react, because you're going to have these attackers. If you want to talk to me on Twitter and you try and you get attacked, mute the idiots and just talk to me, right? Or if there's, anyone intelligent who's actually in the conversation isn't being a negative idiot. And that's how you approach it. And I've found in the past few months that I've been using mute instead of block, I've had a tremendously better Twitter experience. It's so much better because the idiots just keep throwing shit at the wall and it splatters there in their face. I never see it. And I get people now, right, who respond to me at the end of the day, Phil, man, I'm really sorry that this guy just kept tweeting you negatively today. I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't see any of it, so it didn't bother me. And I'm sorry that you actually eventually saw it and got involved in it. Just mute that person. You'll never see that shit again. And that's how it should be tweeted. People who want to only be negative, who want to talk shit, who want to attack, need to be muted. Ignore them. Right? You don't need to pay attention to that shit. If you're a positive person and you're not just about attack, you don't need to see that shit. And that's how I'm approaching it now. And I've had a lot better social media experience.
This new Phil was open to criticism, but it had to be positive criticism and it couldn't be broad. The criticisms had to be exact and tell him exactly how to fix the issues rather than telling him what the issue was.
What's up to
That is
Hobbs?
pointless. I mean, that's a silly question to ask. Yes, criticism can both be your life's blood and
I
your
like
savior,
Camelot,
and it could also
Kurt.
be your absolute
consider him a
bane and
friend, to
your
be
downfall,
honest.
and it all depends on the kind of criticism, the context of the criticism.
He's come to
and
the channel
also
a lot
how the criticism
and said
is
hi
received.
during streams.
Positive
He's even
criticism that's meant
donated
to
to
be
me.
constructive can actually be received
I like
well,
him. He's always been
and
good to
it can
me.
actually help to improve a product, or it can be received poorly and ignored, and can force a product to become stagnant and or worse over time. All right. Negative and nasty criticism meant only for the reason, not for the previous person to improve, but to call out someone's faults, to deride them, to make them look bad, can become incredibly damaging to a person or business, which obviously I know fucking firsthand from all the shit that's happened to me in the past several years. I've run the whole gamut. And overall, I welcome criticism, but I hope that people understand that it has to be legit and it has to be positive meaning. The problem, the reason that I shut off criticism when I do, is because a lot of the times it's either mean-spirited or it doesn't help. Telling me that my business is outdated and I need to change isn't constructive criticism. What that is just making an observation that I already know. The answer is, how do I survive? Do I completely change who I am as a person in a business, which I don't want to do? Do I tweak things here or there? Is there something that I can do to spin things in a more positive light? And the problem is there's no consensus. And this is what everyone seems to agree that Phil needs to listen to criticism and he could really help his business if he did, but there's no consensus on what the thing is that can be done to change, and that's the fucking problem, all right? And that's what people don't understand. It's easy to gang up on someone and say they need to change, but actually finding the things that definitively need to change, that's the thing that's harder, and that's what a lot of people don't want to hear. They just want to say someone doesn't listen to change or is resistant to criticism and change, rather than realizing there is no magic fucking solution to the problems of life.
A notable critic at this time was Das Bullshit, who made parody videos of DSP, but would become a longtime fan of his. DSP would deem his criticism as constructive.
I'm going to give you an example of someone who I thought, quite honestly, did not like me. I thought that their intention was to hurt me. And after getting to know this person, I respect them greatly as a person. And I actually think that it's one of the most stand-up people that I've ever met on the internet. And I'm going to give him a shout out, and he might get pissed off about it, but I'm going to give him his props. His name is Das Bullshit. This is someone who had gotten lots of popularity making fun of me, but said, no, I'm willing to help you. That is the kind of criticism I fucking need. And then they work with you positively. That's the kind of criticism that people need, all right? But the problem is there's an overwhelming amount of people, okay, where they think that because they took a video game series or playthrough that I did and they edit together the times when I failed, which, by the way, most people fail when they play video games. Most people don't fucking record that and then put it on the internet, all right? But you edit those epic fails or whatever. You make a "this is how you don't play" montage. You edit in some really negative shit that people said about me in the YouTube comments.
Hey, what's up, Level
You
1
slap it
Online?
in, wow, this is funny. Oh, you know.
How you doing, man?
I've said this a million times. It's like the TMZ of the internet is YouTube hates Phil because Phil is this kind of person who sucks at games, so let's all laugh at him collectively, right? Who cares what I'm doing in my private life? Who cares if there's a game that I sucked at? It shouldn't be big news, but they turned the most negative one-sided shit into like drama, popular drama. And that's what happened with me is through the years of 2012 through now, is that people have become popular drama to make fun of me on YouTube. And that's not productive. There's a difference between constructive criticism
failing at a video
that
game?
I can take to improve and literally just trying to fucking hurt
Was
someone.
it
Due to his
Gollum?
financial situation, DSP would get a sponsor through Loot Crate advertising their products in standalone videos, something he previously said he wouldn't do and criticized other YouTubers for doing this in the past. DSP would also announce that he was now
I remember
selling
I
all
had
the
Loot
statues
Crate
he
for a
had
little
back
bit
in
on
his
the channel.
Connecticut condo. He would say the motive for this is now that he's a more mature adult and he had debts, he needed to pay them down and sell them because he no longer needed the clutter in his life.
I'm juggling a lot of
Bad
financial
boy.
things.
I got
and
a
when
code
moved
for
here,
that.
I accrued a lot of debt. Me being a finance major and having lots of experience with this shit in my previous life before YouTube, I can tell you it's a horrible feeling when you're in crippling debt that seems like it never goes away no matter how much money you throw at it, okay? So I don't want to get into that situation. So when we moved here and
He's playing
we looked at
Gollum, I
everything
am.
that I have, the one thing that kind of stuck out like a sore thumb is that when I lived in Connecticut by myself, okay, I had this big statue collection. Times have changed. I started this when I was 27. I'm 32 years old now. And I'm a lot more mature. I'm a lot different. A lot of people might
Damn, it's
scoff,
so
"Oh, he's
fucking
more
dark."
mature." I do think I'm a lot more mature person. I've taken on a hell of a lot more responsibilities, living now full-time with like my girlfriend Leanna, paying for these mortgages, you know, all this important stuff that adults have to do
I gotta
now.
fucking
My
make
life's
it brighter.
changed
It's
dramatically.
fucking dark.
I'm looking at them, and they're just sitting in my storage nook, okay? Now, some people have said, "But Phil, why don't you buy shelving and hang it up on your wall and have all these statues behind you for your vlogs? Your walls are empty and all that." And I said, because I don't need it. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly, I blew money when I had more money than I knew what to do with. Then I grew up, I decided to spend money maturely and on things that are important and things that adults would want. And I don't need these statues anymore. I mean, if I had a ton of money, yeah, I would keep them. But I don't. I don't have a ton of money. And like I said, I have this debt that I accrued when I moved that I'd like to make a big dent in.
DSP would make videos selling each statue, revealing how much he spent on them, adding up to be thousands of
probably ain't
dollars.
it.
Even
Hang
though
on.
DSP was aware of his financial situation, he would take a week off to go on vacation in Seattle. He would vlog the whole week-long trip and call it a staycation because he practically already lived in Seattle. A week-long stay in a Seattle hotel was a costly vacation when he only lived 12 to 16 miles away from downtown Seattle. After the last 2 years, DSP's reputation in the gaming community had greatly diminished, but he still believed he held respect and influence in the gaming community. He would have business cards created so he can give them away at conventions.
So now what I want to show you is my new business cards, which I made, and they look very
WB
nice.
Champions
and, I'm going
time.
to be actually bringing these with me when I go to Emerald City Comic Con next month.
Money
Maybe
management
hand
should
some
be
out,
taught
you know,
in
and if I run into
schools.
any
I
fans or
completely
whatever, I'll
agree
hand
in
some
that.
out and stuff like that. And it's also nice when I have contests and mailings, and I post them up sometimes when I go to different food places. They have those
Jesus
boards, you can
fuck.
post business
He
cards
has
up,
like no
just to
fall
get the word
damage
out.
that he
Anyone will
can
tell you,
fucking
Business
endure.
101. You own your own business, you got to get business cards. It's necessary. Even if it's internet-based, there's different ways to get the word out there, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you my new business cards. That's the business card, okay? So I know it's pixely because I blew it up for you, but this is what it's going to look like. Looks pretty cool, right? It's got that cool 8-bit art that I've been using for about half a year now. Special shout out to the viewer who made that for me. It's got all that information on there. I got rid of all the Twitch stuff because that's all outdated now. You got the Patreon on there now. You've got Twitter. You've got everything there. See that? So, pretty nice, right? A lot of stuff.
DSP had created business cards to give away to fans and to expand his business, but at this point in time, he had become a pariah among gaming creators. DSP would further isolate himself from other gaming creators by criticizing other creators for asking for people to hit the like button.
His question is, hey Phil, what are your thoughts
Hit the
on
fucking
gaming
like
YouTubers
button.
who rely on likes for them to decide
Likes
whether or
help
not they're going
a
to
lot,
continue
guys,
playing a
more than
game?
y'all.
For example, they say, well, if my video gets 1,000 likes or 5,000 likes or 10,000 likes, I'll continue to play this game. And if they don't get those amount of likes, they stop playing.
Gollum's a little bitch, man. He
Um,
can't fucking fall.
I
He
have to
can't
say this,
fucking
ladies and
attack.
gentlemen, anyone who's reliant on likes, first of all, doesn't even know what the fuck they're doing. Because a like is a like. Last time I checked, there's no partnership contracts on the planet that say if you get 10,000 likes on your video that you're going to get paid for it. Yes, there's an increased chance that if you have a lot of likes on your video that maybe it'll show up higher in a search result on YouTube. But equal to that, I'm still able to operate my business when there's tons of people who purposely vote down my videos, right? But I still make a living doing this. So obviously the likes to dislikes really don't control anything.
Thank you, Crystal. Play
I
the
would
Sticks
almost go to
game?
say
I
the
have
people
no
who are
idea
still
what
asking
Sticks
for
is.
likes to continue a playthrough not only don't understand the YouTube system, but probably aren't doing it because they like the game. They're doing it to get views and to get popularity. I play games because I like them. Now, yes, there's exceptions to that rule where I might play a game because people have been begging me
I don't
to
even
play
have
it for a
anything I
long
can
time,
fucking
and I give it a
throw to
chance.
distract
Or on the
these
flip side of
guys.
that, there might be games that I like that because there's not a lot of viewership or not a lot of following, I'm forced to drop them.
One aspect of DSP that would constantly make him the butt of jokes in the gaming community would be him blaming the game for lag whenever he was performing poorly. This would be prevalent in the recent release of Mortal Kombat 10.
Wow, it's pretty delayed. No lie, it's really delayed. Oh my god, it's so delayed. Everything we're doing is so incredibly delayed, I can't believe we're even hitting each other. It's about
Go
a
up.
quarter second of input delay.
Due to Mortal Kombat being a recent release, many people were making content on this game.
I'll be
One
honest,
person
I'm not
making
ever
content
really
would be a
into,
familiar face, Justin Wong, someone familiar with DSP
into
from his
stealth
fighting
games.
game days. He would experience no lag while playing, and a fan would bring this up during an Ask the King segment.
From Higa Gaming, he says, Phil, why do other MKX streamers like Justin Wong consistently have no lag and routinely hit their combos when they play online, but you consistently have lag problems? Why are you asking me? And I'm not trying to be insulting. I don't know. I've explained this in my review of MKX and every time that I stream MKX. I've now played fighting games on the East Coast, on the West Coast. I've played them on cable internet from 2 different coasts, non-business level, business level, without live streaming, with live streaming, various services, various speeds. It lags. I don't know what else I can possibly explain to you guys. Maybe Justin Wong, because
Fuck
all
me,
he does is he
dude.
plays fighting games. Maybe he found a place he can live where they gave him 2
What's
internet
up, Robert?
lines, the same wall jack. So one goes to his modem for him to stream, and one goes to his console, and he has 2 separate internet lines in the same room, and it's not shared, and because of that, he has no lag. That's not possible here. I looked into it. The guy said, no, there's no way you can have 2 internet lines in one room. You can have one downstairs and upstairs, but you can't have them both in one room. Not going to happen. So, yes, my internet has to go for the console and the streaming through the same internet line no matter what I do. The line I have, if the levels are performing like they say, shouldn't have lag. So the issue isn't my internet. The issue is the game, okay? Maybe because Justin Wong only plays fighting games, doesn't play every game like me, and probably all he's been doing for the past month is playing MKX, probably played a shitload more than me, probably played about 40 times more than I did online, and probably has mastered all his combos in a laggy environment. I didn't. A lot of the times when I'm playing the game, it's the first time I'm even playing with these characters at all versus a human. So, of course, I'm not able to deal with it. You know what I mean? You may have to play a shitload. I don't know. Where's Justin Wong live? I don't fucking know. And I don't care. So if you have questions about why other people don't have lag and I do, ask them what their connections are. All I can tell you is I have Comcast business level internet, the highest level possible in this area of the country. It's incredibly fast for everything I want to do, but when I play fighters, it lags. There you go. Okay.
DSP would push away other gaming content creators by criticizing them on how they make money. He would specifically criticize them for shouting out donations and subscribers, call them e-beggars, and say they only care about the money instead of gaming.
I am 1,000,000% against people who go on a live stream and all they literally do is they sit there and they pretend like they're there to play a game, but every 5 seconds a noise plays or a name pops up. Wow, thanks to this person who donated, and thanks to that person who donated, and thanks to this, and thanks to that. And you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. It's that, for me, if I'm going to do gameplay footage for you guys, I want it to be unadulterated, I want it to be real, and I want it to be not some kind of hyper-edited, faked stuff, staged stuff, or stuff that's constantly interrupted every few seconds, right? So that it becomes just a donation drive. And really, it disgusted me being on Twitch, where I knew this was a website where there were people daily, I'm not talking a couple people, hundreds of people, if not more, who made their entire living doing e-begging. The whole point of their stream was to sit there and say, please donate, please do my Patreon, please send me money. And every 5 seconds there's noises about people sending the money. That's not what my content is about, and I want you guys to understand that even though I am adopting Patreon, that's not what this is going to become.
By March of 2015, DSP would have his Patreon page set up and begin plugging it in his various videos such as Weekend Preview, Hate Live, and his pre-stream podcast. In one particular Weekend Preview, he would describe how he'd rather have a bunch of fans donate $1 rather than a few fans donating a lot of money.
So, in the next week to 2 weeks, you'll hear me more talk about Patreon projects and stuff. Consider pledging $1 at least to my Patreon. It's like I said, I know a lot of people donated a ton in the month of February. That's not what I want. I want to see, a decent group of people who watch all my content donate $1 a month, and then we can hit our Patreon goals versus a small group of people donating a bunch of money every month. That's not what I want to see, especially with a lot of people who did that in the month of February. They're not going to do that twice, so they're going to reduce their goals because they got their cool perks, and now it's the next group, right? But I'd like to see a little, because if a ton of people give a little, we're good. And every month we could do fun, creative stuff.
Around this time, Panda Lee began making soap and selling it on Etsy. DSP would plug her soap on his various videos alongside asking fans to watch his videos and donate to his Patreon.
Wonder if anybody
and
here
people say all the time, how can we support you, but if we don't like what you're putting out? Well, ladies and gentlemen, about a week ago, Leanna, my girlfriend, launched her own business. It's not gaming related at all right? but it is a business that I'm involved in, which is why I'm going to mention it in this video. It's called The Black Currant. It's a handmade soap and wax tart business, which she's been working on very hard behind the scenes for months on. Check it out. I think you're going to like it. Even if the site just gets a few views, it's better than nothing, but I'm hoping that some of you will try it out. We already had some great viewers who have placed orders. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate that, and we're hoping to build up a customer base because that's another business that helps me and her. You know what I mean? 3 ways to support now. Watch my content, Patreon, pledges, and The Black Currant, which is her business.
I wasn't even trying to
DSP's
fall
habit
off
of
the
plugging
fucking
his
edge on
Patreon
that
throughout
part
all his
in the
videos
game.
would annoy some of his fans and would beg the question in one Ask the King on why he plugs his Patreon so much.
All right. This question is from AKFMN, and he says, why do you plug Patreon so much? Well, it's quite obvious. The reason I plug Patreon so much is the same reason that I plug products left and right on all of my streams. As you know, I constantly interrupt my content in order to ask for subs and donations, and for you to buy my t-shirts, and to buy my book, and to buy my hat, and to buy, buy my underwear, and I'm constantly just shilling things nonstop during everything that I do. So it's because I just care about money. That I just can't help it. I'm so just enveloped in greed and money. I need money. I need money. It's a stupid question, because the bottom line is I don't plug Patreon so much. In fact, usually in the first couple of weeks of a month, I don't even mention it. Maybe a couple streams a month, a week or two. In the pre-stream only, I mention Patreon. I think that's a fair trade-off. Like, seriously, I think it's a fair trade-off that I have to plug something, 10 times, 12 times a month, and it works out that everyone benefits. Like, do you not watch television? Do you think that things are on TV for free? No. There's advertisements that pay for the television, so you don't have to pay for it. How do you think I pay for this? It's not rocket science. I mentioned Patreon so that I can make the monies to get the equipment, to make the videos, to do the streams, and you watch the streams, you like the streams. And I'm not trying to insult this one particular guy. There's people who sometimes when I'm doing these Patreon plugs and stuff on a pre-stream, which isn't part of the gameplay, oh, Phil's just plugging this again. Oh, again? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's life. Like, what? It's like 1 + 1 = 2. I make video content. I talk about Patreon, get some funds, plus the ad revenue equals I make more videos. Like, how does this not, like, why is this a question? Like, huh? Like, for anyone, it just seems to me like there's people on planet Earth, I want no advertisement, I don't have to ever spend money, I don't ever want to see an ad, but I want everything to come to me for free, right? I want you to bring me food, bring me delicious plates of hors d'oeuvres, bring me naked women to sit on my cock and spin, and bring me television entertainment programs, bring me everything. But I'm not paying for it, and I don't want to hear advertisements. Okay, maybe there's some person on Earth where that happens. I'm not that person, so I have to live like everyone else, and I have to find a way to make money. Patreon is one way for crazy good improvements to my content, plus me to make a little money to pay my bills while I'm still able to provide free videos for you. That's why I plug Patreon. That's the answer. That was silly.
When the camera turns like that, it fucks up.
Detractors would be drawn to making videos about DSP and his various Patreon goals and plugs. One of the most notable detractors from this time would be Tevin, who would make videos criticizing DSP's Patreon and content. Around this time, DSP would reveal a medical issue that would spawn many detractor memes coming from it.
You probably can't see it very well because this is a 1080p webcam. It's not very clear. You probably can't, you can't even tell from that shot at all. My foot is incredibly swollen. You cannot tell from what I wanted to show you there. It's about, I'd say about 1.5 times the chubbiness of my other foot. It's swollen up out of nowhere. Now, at first I thought maybe I had whacked it or I'd done something that caused that to happen. But then I woke up this Sunday morning, to excrucially pain.
One more sleep until Diablo? Is it coming out?
Had on Saturday. It was very bright.
I haven't been paying attention to release dates.
And it just literally just brushing it or even touching it with a light blanket to keep it warm hurt like crazy. So after doing a bunch of research online and after what everyone's been telling me, it sounds to me like I might have gout, which is...
Due to DSP's lack of credibility, X for doubt was a common meme among detractors, and this would eventually evolve into X for gout due to this recent revelation. Detractors would use DSP's live streams as an opportunity to ask him questions he wouldn't like and bring up past events. DSP would ban them from his chat, insult them, and in one instance encouraged his fans to harass the detractor.
I don't know if you can hear me or not. I got a serious question for you. When you were playing Kingdom Hearts and your girlfriend insulted the game in the stream chat, why did you put it in sub-only mode?
Enough of this. I'm not playing this idiot.
Just my question.
I'm not playing this idiot. I'm not gonna listen to his bullshit. We're talking about something that happened like 2.5 fucking years ago. What a complete idiot. The microphone is muted. Look, you can't even do nothing. Look.
I heard me, but I heard you insult me.
Ah, you're a piece of shit. Who gives a fuck? Seriously. Here, you know what? Here. There. I don't have to hear this moron. Oh, a complete idiot. He's talking about something that happened 2 fucking years ago on Twitch. I mean, could you be more of a fucking loser? Seriously. The reason this guy joined my match was to do that. Not to play the game, not to have fun. He ruins it for everyone. Delays. People who want to play have to wait now, right? Because we have to listen to this fucking idiot. I mean, what? Ladies and gentlemen, you have found the epitome of a loser on the internet. Find that man, find his fucking tag on PSN, and I give you permission to spam his fucking inbox with enough nonsense so that he never fucking is able to do anything ever again. Seriously. What an asshole. He's talking about me playing Kingdom Hearts 1. That was 2 years ago. He's asking the dumbest fucking question ever. What a complete idiot. My God. We're playing MKX in 2015, you fucking loser. Wow. Anyway, if only I could figure out how to disable voice chat so I don't have to hear people do stupid shit like that. But I can't, because guess what? There's no easy way to do it on PSN. The guy had no fucking interest in playing the game. He just wants to waste everyone's time to bring stupid shit up from 2 years ago. That is the kind of guy who I want to punch. Like, that is the only way that idiot will ever learn anything is if someone knocks his fucking teeth out of his face. I've been there before.
People have come and robbed me up before.
But that's the problem. On the internet, everything's safe, right? Everyone could just troll anyone and do anything.
Creator, I'm not going to name
bring
the
up
names,
stuff
but
from 2 fucking years ago.
They came into my chat starting shit.
There's no way I could disable voice chat. So we're going to be at the mercy of idiots who want to try to do that just to ruin the stream and ruin the gameplay for everyone. Oh,
God,
this is a good one. Why is it that when everyone
going.
asks a legitimate question that isn't some ego question for Phil, the person gets banned and the question gets called stupid? Because that doesn't happen.
Shit.
Just that you're stupid and you probably ask dumb fucking questions that really no one wants the answers to besides drama queen teenage idiots who like to
I'm fucking scared of
everything related to me instead of actually caring.
in real life.
So fuck off. There you go.
So when I play games like this.
Oh, and by the way.
God, it was just right here. When I play games like this,
have a good night outside of my chat.
In June of 2015, a detractor would take it to a new dangerous level, having Phil swatted. Swatting is the act
I don't
of
condone
calling
swatting. That's
of the
fucked
police
up.
Interrupting the live stream.
I don't care how much you don't like somebody.
Creator. A detractor would call in, claiming that Phil was threatening his girlfriend, Panda Lee, and the police would arrive, interrupting his stream of Batman.
Hold on. They all have these super... Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on, everyone. I think I might have some cops outside. Hold on. You heard that, honey? Honey? Cops outside. Yep.
I would have muted all of that, though. I wouldn't have given the trolls the satisfaction of knowing they did that.
It's alright, we're coming. We're fine. They already know what's going on. I hope.
Plug one. Cat and go. Clear. Okay. It's a gamer shit.
Hell yeah, it's a lot of gamer shit.
Alright.
The Lord of the Rings set comes out for Magic the Gathering. I heard there was a collab going on, and didn't they race swap Aragon, or like they're getting backlash for race swapping.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just had our first swatting, which is fine because the police knew exactly what was going on. They came by, they talked to me for about 5 minutes about what was going on. They said thank you for calling us and letting us know ahead of time what was happening, because they fully expected that we were fine. And they had a nice conversation with me for about 5 minutes. Said, have a good day and, you know, continue on. So, ladies and gents, guess what? We're continuing on with
damn it,
Batman.
Gollum, you
the
suck.
Squatters managed to interrupt me for 5 whole minutes. Let's applaud, everyone. All right, hold on. I got a tweet about this, too. Let's do a nice little tweet. What a bunch of idiots.
The same day, DSP would make a video regarding the situation. He would explain that he tried to warn his police department that this would be something that
Well,
could
never,
potentially
ever,
happen
ever
to him.
acknowledged
But when the
it.
police department tried to call him, he didn't pick up because his phone was on vibrate. He would say that no one was harmed and the police would look into tracing the call, but it was most likely impossible to find the detractor that did this. DSP was enraged by this incident and said that detractors were putting his life at risk now. He would specifically blame people making negative videos about him causing this indirectly. He would go as far as to say that if anyone else made a negative video about him after this event,
What's up,
that they
3Frame?
were evil people.
But I got a few things that I want to get off my chest before I move on, because within a couple minutes here of me finishing this video, I'm moving on with my life. But I got a few things that I got to get off my fucking chest right now. And you can agree with me or disagree with me, but now I've earned my fucking time to say this, all right? It's okay, in my opinion, to criticize, to parody,
Really,
to do
fucking
things that will make
Gollum, you
someone
fucking
positively see things,
piece of
something
shit.
about themselves that maybe could improve or change. And it's a different thing entirely to maliciously attack and to try to degrade, slander, or hurt someone for the sake of doing it. Just for the sake of it, right? Right now, I'm laying down the fucking law. All right? And I hope that everyone is listening. I really do. Because this is a very important fucking point right now that I'm about to make. You can criticize me as much as you want, and you can say I'm a horrible gamer, and you can say I'm a bad person, and you can say that I'm this and that, and I don't give a shit. I never in my fucking life gave 2 diddly dicks about what people said about me. And that's why I kept going. That's why I called myself the king of hate. You want to tell me that I suck? Fine. You say whatever the fuck you want about me, all right?
Oh, my dear God.
Things have changed. As they say, the game has fucking changed.
Did anyone do anything
Because
for
now
fun
I've
today?
gotten
Enjoy the
someone who
holiday?
wants to
For
hurt
me, Chris,
physically.
Memorial
And I've let
Day
it
is not a
all
day for me
go
to
up
have
now.
fun.
Of course, I have addressed certain things, and by no means do you think
I
I'm
come
never
from
gonna
a
address
military
in this
family,
video
and I have a lot
someone
of
specific
friends
on
that
the
were in the
internet. I
military
am not.
that
So don't take that the wrong
I'm
way
not trying
at
to be
all.
a bummer on people's parades.
now
Y'all can
on,
have fun, but for me,
I am
Memorial
publicly
Day is a
stating
day
this,
of
and I hope that
remembrance
anyone
and
with a morality inside
remembering
of them, whether
those
you like me or not, that you're gonna
who
understand
sacrificed
where
their
I'm coming
lives.
from with this.
So I
There
don't
is
go and
criticism,
party and
there
have
is
fun and all that.
negativity,
I'll grill,
hate,
and that's
slander,
like
and a
about
desire
it.
to hurt. But I will say this: there is a difference.
But for me, it's not.
between
It's not a day of
criticism and what these
celebrating,
fucking people have done
you
to
know
me
what I
on
mean?
the internet. All right. And as of right now, I'm laying down the fucking law. If you want to give me legit criticism, go for it. I am never going to reject a legit criticism. But from this moment on, I want everyone who's watching this video to listen up and to please
Oh, I'm so
give this a
goddamn
shot.
fucking
When you
stupid.
see someone on Twitter saying
I'm supposed
some
to turn
shit
around
about
and
me,
fucking
responding like in a
jump.
really nasty fucking way to something that I said, when you see a ridiculously one-sided, slanted video on YouTube of stuff, gee, they took a quote
I had
from here, a
IHOP.
quote from
I mean,
there,
yeah, I had
they're mis-
IHOP
they're
late last
clearly,
night.
they're
I
working
went
this negative case against
super
Phil,
late and got
right?
pancakes.
I want you to say, Phil almost died. Phil could have been shot to death by these people. Not to say that the people who are making that video or making that tweet are the ones who did this today and swatted me. But those people inadvertently contributed to it. Because the bottom line is, in 2012, when this whole negativity movement started,
Who's the angry
people
guy?
loved me.
It's
They
DSP.
thought, wow,
It
Phil
says it in the
is a good
title of the
person
stream, guys.
on YouTube, and he makes gameplay
DSP,
videos. And he's been here
Detractors.
since 2008. He did it for 2 years before he ever made $1 doing it. And people absolutely love his content. All of a sudden in 2012, when people started, oh, let's do this, let's make funny montages of Phil failing, the whole internet changes and goes against me, right? The bottom line is, today, I was threatened physically with murder. And I am not going to put up with this shit anymore. And I'm not going to allow any of these fucking people to think that it is okay to make this negative shit about me, because this is what happens, right? Shame on you if you've ever made a "this is how you don't play" about me, if you ever decided to follow me, make a clone account on Twitter, do this childish shit on YouTube, if you thought it was funny to dox me, if you thought it was the DDoS
The camera
attacks were
fucking
funny,
went all
you
fucked. Did y'all
almost
just
got
see
me
that?
Killed. You.
I
Yes,
legit like
you.
almost had motion sickness.
You're responsible.
The camera
and if
went
you
all
are
over the
human
place
and you have
just
morality
then.
in you, you should understand that. You contributed to it. Because no one fucking thought of me in a negative light until that shit fucking started. No one. People understood
Yeah,
it was
it's DSP.
off-color
I'm
jokes.
watching
It was
a
just
DSP,
Phil trying to be funny.
documentary.
And, you know, I'm not. I've told you, I'm an imperfect human. I'm certainly not perfect. There have been times when I made mistakes. That doesn't mean that people should fucking die. So
I don't know if
fuck
I'm gonna
you.
finish off this whole documentary like I
And
did
seriously, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it.
for Chris
Because
Chan.
that's it. That's the bottom line. Today, we're
He's
gonna
not as
see
entertaining
the truth of
as,
the matter. We're gonna see the true hearts of people.
personality as
Because
Chris
if there are people
Chan
who
was.
continue to do the negative shit about me after today when I almost could have died. Now you're gonna see what kind of people they are. People who say, okay, you know what? Fair enough. We criticized the shit out of Phil. His business has took a big negative hit in the past couple of years because of it, and we all did it in the name of criticism. Today, Phil almost died. I think we'll lay off of him. But there will be people who will still keep it up. Those are the people who you need to look at and say, what the fuck? And everyone just needs to collectively say, enough. Shun that fucking negativity. Take those people and ship them off to their own
Yeah,
special
Chris
corner
Chan
of
was
the fucking
spotted
internet where they
recently
can have all
at
their
a
little
Walmart. I made a
perversions
video
to
about it,
themselves.
actually.
And we can be normal fucking people
Random
here
as fuck,
and
right?
enjoy daily experiences together and sharing and stories about gaming.
The employee
and pop
was out of
culture
pocket
and
for
fun
fucking
and positivity
recording
and
his
trying to help each
ass.
other through shit like this, and not have to worry about that. There's people out there who only are following you because they are fucking really nasty, evil fucking creatures.
Only a few days after the swatting incident, DSP would release another video about him being DDoSed. DDoSing is essentially an attempt to knock someone off the internet or severely impact their internet speeds. DSP would make a 1-hour video explaining how he's been DDoSed for the past 6 months and explain how to fix it. For
Basically,
brevity,
in short,
he would
Daniel,
fix it by
it's-
simply calling his local internet service provider
He
and
needs
getting his
money.
IP changed. By July, DSP's Patreon was doing
People were
extremely
trolling
well,
him.
and he was regularly hitting
got
goals,
swatted.
allowing patrons to choose the games he would play. He would even have stretch goals to allow him
That's
to
what we've
improve the
missed
quality
so
of his
far.
content
Or
and
that's
live
what we've
streams
gone
by
over.
buying soundproof foam and a new microphone. July would bring one of the most controversial Patreon goals, the revival of Project 7.
Didn't do much
DSP
prison
would meet
time.
this goal and have another
He really
goal set at
didn't.
almost $2,000 to get a better camera so he can do better reviews and for Project 7.
Chris should
but
sell
this
a
goal
story.
wouldn't be met. He would even have a $75
Anybody would
individual
buy it.
patron goal so people could donate $75 to be part of Project 7 or another creative project. After hitting this goal, DSP would announce that he would take a couple days off in the month of August from streaming so he could brainstorm ideas, create a teaser for Project 7, and make the first episode.
I'm going to be working on the best and worst of June and July montage for everyone. And yes, I'm going to be working on Project 7. I'm going to be brainstorming ideas on what it would look like to bring it back, to do maybe a kind of a teaser trailer.
camera
and get some
fucking
ideas of
moves,
how to
dude, when you're
restart
moving
that
in this
series,
game.
Okay? In addition, I'm also going to be working on some Patreon stuff tomorrow. My goal is that within the next couple of days that I take off, hopefully I'm not diverted, you know, I have the more focused attention on Project 7. And so by the end of August, what I'd like to do is try to get you maybe a first episode,
I don't think anybody would
kind of
buy
return
Chris
to
Chan's
Project 7
story.
kind of premise, so you know exactly what the show will be, what it will look like, and what the actual thing will entail.
About 2 weeks later, DSP would announce that Project 7 was cancelled, and he would make it up to fans by reducing the Patreon goals next month by $250.
Number one, this does not mean that I am never doing Project 7. It just means that as of right now, I'm officially announcing I'm not doing it right now. It doesn't make sense, all right? I will possibly, in the future, if I do have a turnaround and I'm not in this much debt and I can get a better camera and I can work on these things a lot better, I'll work on Project 7. But I would rather put out something that's nicely produced and is a good quality thing rather than a turd, okay? Patreon, because it was kind of tied to Project 7, obviously now is going to change. And I want you to understand that I am very deeply sorry that I was not able to put together a Project 7 product for you. I know that it was a goal for the month of August for me to take all this time off to work on Project 7. And I also know that for patrons who pledged a certain amount of money, it was one of your perk levels that you possibly could be a part of Project 7 or another project. Right now, I'm going to be honest with everyone.
I'm trying
At
to
this
run
point, I'm
past
taking
these
the
guys
Project
'cause
7
it's
thing off
like-
the table. So if you did pledge
It's almost
to those
impossible
perk
to
levels on
fucking
Patreon, you still
fuck
can be a
this
part
shit.
of a project. I've already announced this. I'm doing both a Thanksgiving and a Christmas
They're glued
special
to
this
my
year.
feed.
And they're going to be different. I think Thanksgiving
pigs like DSP?
oriented. Christmas is going to be more of like a holiday special like I used to do, where there may be a skit or something involved in it, and I'm going to try to get people involved in helping me with that. So you have opportunity to be a part of either of those if you did
That's pretty
pledge
funny,
that
Aaron.
highest perk level on a Patreon. So don't think that I'm going to renege on my commitment or anything. No, I said from the get-go it would either be Project 7 or something else. Right now I'm just telling you officially it's not going to be Project 7 because it's not happening now. The earliest I would even consider working on Project 7 at this point would possibly be next year, okay? I'm going to go one step further. I could easily say that's it and end the video. But no, I feel bad. I genuinely feel bad that Project 7 isn't happening. And
How the fuck was I not able to jump at that
I had a goal
point?
on my July Patreon that was $1,250, right? That I was going to take time off this month to work on Project 7, which never happened. I never took the time off, right? But there was $250, so the goal below that was $1,000. So there was $250 there that was supposed to be to make up for the days that I wasn't going to work. Well, now I'm working on it. So I'm not just going to pocket that money like these other people who use Patreon or Kickstarter or whatever, and then they never actually come through with their promises. No, that money is going to now be reduced from my future Patreon. So this month, the month of August, right, I have goals right now on Patreon. And right now, as of the moment
He wasn't
you're
even
watching
anywhere
this video,
near
I want
me,
to let you
dude.
know
What the
I've
fuck?
reduced those goal levels by $250. So you already gave me the money last month. I didn't come through with Project 7 as promised. So that goal level, that money, is being applied to August now. So the top goal level now for August is not $1,250. It's $1,000. If I can raise $1,000 on Patreon, I'm going to be doing an indie marathon, okay? So that's the way for me to come through and not... I could easily just say I'm a dick and pocket the money like some of these people fucking do, but I can't. I couldn't live with myself. I understand that I want this to be a working relationship where you guys watch my content for free and enjoy it. I get to have a living doing this. You pledge to my Patreon, you get cool perks. I have goal levels and cool events and things that I give back to you, but I also get that money for funding and constant improvement and things.
This is
right?
Dark Souls,
So
no steroids.
I am not going to just pocket that money. It goes towards now August. So all the August goals have been reduced. That money went from July and got taken away from July and placed towards the August levels, okay? So understand, I apologize. If you are very disappointed, you were dying to see Project 7 right away, I'm disappointed too. You know what? I'm going to thumbs down this video on YouTube. I'm going to personally thumbs down my own fucking video because I'm disappointed that shit didn't turn out the way that I had hoped. But that's life, and you know, we move forward positively.
Around this time, a familiar face would return in the DSP story. John Rambo would make a parody video mocking people using Patreon called Pay Me Tons. Detractors would draw a lot of parallels between DSP and this parody.
Hi, my name is John, and I'm special because I upload videos to the internet. But being so important does have its dark side. In fact, it means that my life is much more difficult than everyone else's. While you're following the average path of working a traditional job, attending school, or perhaps both, I'm following my dreams.
You used to do
and
juice in
busting
the
my
80s?
ass. Talking
What do you
over
mean,
video
steroids?
games, posting breakfast pics, and vlogging about movies that I hate. Creative things. And as we all know, creativity is fueled by pure cash. This is why I've opened a Pay Me Tons account. It's an internet website that allows people like me to receive lots of creativity from people like you. Simply log in and transfer the entirety of your bank account into my Pay Me Tons account. I won't even get out of bed for less than $50. And then together, we'll make sure that the world, well, my world, is a much more creative place.
August would continue to be an eventful month as DSP would receive a copyright strike on one of his videos for using fan art in the pre-stream.
Now, for those of you who watch Ask the King over on my vlogging channel, you know that as of earlier this year, I instituted a new intro to the show that was submitted at that time who I thought was a viewer or a fan or whatever.
The internet can be so
I'm
funny.
like,
It has its moments.
What the hell? Like, what could this possibly be? The intro to the show is being copyright claimed. Who's Wolf Engine? So I click through it. Come to find out, Wolf Engine is the YouTube channel of the kid who made this intro for me, who told me his name was Jackie Chin or whatever. I don't know who this person, what their real name is, if that really is their name or whatever. When I was live streaming daily, I got a message on Twitter from someone who I'd never heard of before. Their name was Jackie Chin, and they said, hey, I like to make stream bumpers for people, and I'd like to make you a stream bumper for, I believe at that point it was Saints Row 4 Get Out of Hell, and also for my Dying Light playthrough. And I said, okay, sure, I never heard of this person, take a shot at it. And they sent me this via Twitter, and I ended up liking what this person had done, and I ended up using it in those videos, like in the pre-streams. Here is the actual tweet from this Jackie Chin person from January 29th saying, oh, well, you know, I actually made a potential intro for your Ask the King, too. Here it is. So here's definitive
I've heard juice,
black and white proof.
Steroids called juice
that
because
person,
of wrestling. That's what they call it, just juice. I've never heard of Mexican steroids, but I've heard it be called
this intro
juice.
for Ask the King. Black and white. You cannot dispute this. They made it for me to use in my videos. This is giving it to me to use in a video.
This would be his first strike, and he would receive another one later in August, limiting his ability to stream. He would also get another one in October, again limiting his ability to stream, but he would successfully fight some of these strikes. With Machinima's guidance, DSP would delete and private a lot of videos to prevent future strikes. August would come to an end with DSP clickbaiting, "This is how you don't play." This would not be a montage like the typical "This is how you don't play" and just simply be gameplay footage during a live stream. In the month of August, fans would hit another Patreon goal where Phil would need to make a montage series based on a past game he's played. Fans would choose Alan Wake, and Phil would make the announcement in his weekend preview. He would also announce that because the game was so long to play, he wanted people to submit clips to add to the montage.
Good news is there will be a montage in the month of September. It's going to be the best and worst of DSP Classics. Alan Wake. Yes, it was actually Alan Wake, which the patrons voted on throughout the month of August and nominated as the next DSP Classics playthrough. Unfortunately, Alan Wake is a longer playthrough than that. We're talking 5+ hours, if I remember correctly. I think it was like 6-7 hours of a playthrough. And that's great because the game was good, but let's face it, Alan Wake I played in what, 2009, 2010? I don't really remember much of the playthrough. I remember, so really, I couldn't easily go back and make this montage series. So FYI, I have made a thread on thekingofhate.com in the playthrough section of the forums where I please am invoking you, please post up your favorite moments of the playthrough, because people want to see this montage series is what they voted for, but sorry, I don't have 8 hours to sit here and watch my own playthrough, you know what I mean? You are the guys and gals who watched that playthrough, and quite honestly, you probably have a lot more of a recollection of your favorite parts of that playthrough than I do. So rack your brains, think back,
see you later, Aaron.
Forums, nominate your favorite moments, and I'll use that as a guideline as I jump around the videos later this
Sorry
month
to hear that.
when I start working on that montage series.
DSP would release part 1 in middle of September, but due to low views, DSP would explain that he would be delaying the rest of the series.
The best and worst of Alan Wake, part 1 released over on DSPGaming earlier this week. Check it out, because there's at least going to be one more part. I'm going to be honest with everyone. Not a lot of people are checking out those montages anymore, whether it's an old game, a new game, whether it's, you know, my month-end montages or whatever. For whatever reason, the viewership has fallen off for those. And I think a lot of people are under the impression they would rather have me play more games. Like, why are you wasting time when you could have done 2 more streams of Metal Gear this week or whatever? Why are you doing this montage? So, fair enough. If this is the feedback I'm getting, because it seems like it's the feedback I'm getting, I'm not going to be doing many of these montages anymore until, say, maybe the end of the year when we do the best and worst of the year and stuff like that. So, at this point, I'll probably do one more part of Alan Wake. That'll just be some really good, interesting parts of the playthrough up until the end of it, and that'll be it. It'll just be a short 2-parter kind of montage of that playthrough rather than me doing 4, 5, 6 parts like I did with Heavy Rain. I don't think that that's going to retain any viewership. Right now, part 1 of Alan Wake didn't get much viewership, okay?
Part 1 would stand alone as the only part of the Alan Wake montage series. DSP's views would dwindle in September and October. He would go on to state that he had a YouTuber insider explaining to him that he lost all these views because of an algorithm change and because he deleted all those videos in fear of getting copy striked.
Out of nowhere, in the past 2 months, September and October in particular, the viewership here has been lower than usual. And what I mean by that is typically when I play a new game, especially if it's a new release here in this 3rd and 4th quarter of the year, when all the I call it the hardcore gaming season, when all the new stuff.
Yeah, this game is like
get a certain amount of attention.
It's neither exciting or
okay. Of course, you got the crazy conspiracy
it's
theorists,
like
you got the naysayers, you got all these fucking
different. Look how
weirdos
bad
who
these
like to make shit up
graphics
about
look in this
stuff, and,
cutscene.
you know,
Jesus
it's all
Christ!
Because it's all just speculation. It's not based on any kind of fact. Finally, I'm going to be honest. What really happened? I was messaged by someone, and I can't really disclose information on who this person is because they basically had it in confidence when they messaged me, and they said, "Phil, I just want to let you know I know you're freaking out for the past couple of months regarding views on DSPGaming. Well, I've got the inside scoop, and, you know, please don't tell anyone how I'm contacting you or whatever, who I am. But the bottom line is this. I know why your viewership's way down, and it's nothing that you've done wrong, and it's nothing that your viewers are doing wrong. It's nothing about the content you're putting out. It's a very simple, stupid thing in regards to YouTube. The videos that I ended up deleting off of DSPGaming to protect me from these false copyright strikes amounted to almost 2 million views. All of a sudden, disappeared from my YouTube channel. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. When you delete a video from your YouTube channel,
if you delete or private, it
regardless
deletes
of the fact
views.
that it had views on it, YouTube subtracts those views from your total view count. Huh? So just because I deleted a video today, it never existed? That's how YouTube's system works. And that's why I laugh when I hear about, oh, Google employees are so smart and they hire from Ivy League
I mean,
schools.
he's not wrong,
What
though.
fucking
If you
buffoon
delete it,
thinks that
if
just
you
because
delete or
you
private,
deleted something so no one can see it in the future, that it didn't
affects your
exist in
view
the
count.
fucking past. He says, this is how YouTube works. Now listen to how fucking stupid this is. From Ivy League employees at Google, they're so brainy, right? They're supposed to be smart. When you delete a video, it takes away views from your channel. YouTube ranks channels based on how many views they bring in on a monthly basis, and based off of that rank, they actually
See, look at that camera
prioritize
angle. I couldn't even
and
adjust
put channels in order
that camera
depending
angle
on
right
how
there.
you're going to get ranked in searches, how your videos will show up in related videos, the chances that your video will show up as a highlight somewhere on YouTube, all right? So even though you made 3 million new views, we're going to subtract 2 million from that, and net for the month of August, you really only brought in 1 million views.
Yes, Bill,
What?
but he's not wrong. If you private,
had
if you
deleted
private
the videos
views,
myself to protect
if you private
myself
videos, those
from
views get
YouTube's
subtracted.
broken copyright system that I was a victim of. They struck my channel with 5
Any
false
combat in this
copyright
game,
strikes
no,
in the
you
past
have
2
to.
months
It's
because they're
all
too
fucking
lazy to institute
stealth.
a
You
real
could go behind
copyright
and
system
choke,
that protects the uploader.
but it's like
Because of that system being so
there's
broken,
no like
I was
hand-to-hand
advised
combat.
by YouTube and my partnership company Machinima to delete videos off my channel so I couldn't have further abuse of their own broken system. I did it, and YouTube said, "Oh, we have another broken system."
Honestly, it's
called
mostly
the
just
ranking
this.
system. And because we told you to delete 2 million
just
views worth of
fucking
videos, we're now going to drop
jumping
you in the
around,
rankings
climbing,
so
and-
you don't fucking show up anywhere anymore. So here's what happened. I was basically removed from YouTube search and related
So
videos
far.
as of early to mid-September. And so that influx of natural organic growth that I would get, wow, here's someone who's playing this game. I want to check out their video. I'll click it. Is gone. I have no natural organic growth anymore because I don't show up anywhere on YouTube except on my own channel. In, I believe it was either mid-2012.
See, look, the
or
camera
early
went underneath
2013.
me. Why?
YouTube
Why would it
decided
do
to
that?
Change the search algorithm on YouTube, as I've told you previously in this video, so that you get priority based off the length of your video. And they called it engagement. I don't call it engagement because they weren't measuring, oh, you watched 75% of
come I
someone's
can't take
video,
the
they're
fucking
higher
egg?
than someone who you only watched 20%. That's not what they're measuring. They were measuring length of time. Why? Because they're fucking stupid and they don't understand basic math. They don't understand that watching 3/4 of a video is more important than watching 20 minutes. Time means nothing. Length of time means absolutely fucking nothing. Engagement percentage does. Who cares if you watched a 5-minute
I
video
hate
or a
heights.
30-minute video? That the 30-minute video gets rated higher, and it does. That's how YouTube works right now. The 30-minute video gets rated higher than the 5-minute video because it's longer.
Even
Makes
in
no
video
fucking
games,
sense. But
guys,
again,
heights
the brainiacs at Google, right? Because
fucking drive me
They know better than everyone else.
fucking to
Yet
my
they make
nerves.
change after change after change that doesn't benefit us. It fucks us, and they benefit while we get fucked. And it's bullshit because it really is. It's kind of like, what do you do?
Some people, most likely detractors, would ask Phil why wouldn't he get a part-time job to supplement his income, but he would denounce this idea and provide different ways his fans can support him.
The silver lining is this. Number one, even with the fact that my viewership tanked by about 20% in the past 2 months, I'm still making decent
I thought
money.
I'd be able to run behind
Okay?
that guy.
It's not like, oh my god, I'm destitute. But it's tight. Like, I'm at the edge now, where between what I'm making on YouTube and what I'm making on Patreon is like, wow, like, I can barely pay my bills, But there's no way, like I have debts from moving that I was hoping to pay down within 2 years. If it keeps up like this and there's no positive change, there's no way. Those debts are going to be around for a while, which means I'm not going to be able to travel. I'm not going to be able to upgrade equipment. I'm just not going to be able to afford any of that. All right? And that's just the reality of it. And it's YouTube's fault. It's 100% YouTube's fault for not having these safeguards in place and having proper systems in place. They fucked me over.
Andy
right?
Circuit
some
gives
people,
a 0 precious
some people
out
say,
of
why don't you
10.
go get a job? I'm sorry. If you think
That's funny.
that me dropping all of this, all this investment, all this time, all this work, this following that I have on YouTube, dropping all of that to go get a part-time job is a smart strategy, you're a nudnik. You just like, you're in such a mentality that you can't make an internet-based business work. You think that me going to get a $10 an hour job somewhere is going to pay my bills compared to what I do now? You're out of your fucking mind, and it's an insanely silly situation. A lot of people say, well, what's your fallback plan? There isn't any. There never was. The bottom line is, I'm not going to quit. That's the first part of my strategy is I'm not going to quit. I'm going to try to stay positive. I'm going to keep making videos. If you're watching this video, like I said at the very beginning, if you're someone who watches my content, you like me, and you're like, man, I really want to see Phil succeed, and I'm so upset that this is happening to him these past couple of months, what can I do? And I know a lot of people say, especially in this day and age with all the negative shit that I've had for the past 2 years about me, but spread the word. Let people know. But did you know that DSP still makes videos? That's what you need to do, is just let people know I still exist and spread the word. Because that organic growth I was getting from YouTube search and YouTube-related videos doesn't fucking exist anymore. And I'll be honest, this is the biggest thing right now that you can do to help me. Patreon, $1 a month. And it's all media, oh, Phil made this video to beg for money and blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Because people love to twist my words into shit. Never did I ever say that people shouldn't be able to use Patreon or take donations or use crowdfunding. The only criticism I've ever given to people doing stuff like that is when they're in the middle of a game and they stop what they're doing to ask for a donation or acknowledge a donation, or they basically, they corrupt the pureness of the gaming. And the gaming is second-hand sidetracked for someone to send the money to get attention. That's what I don't agree with.
In November, fans would ask about John Rambo and Howard. Bill would speculate during the Ask the King segment that they had let issues go unspoken and fester inside of them, leading to the breakdown of the friendship.
You'll probably get this a lot, but what's up with you and John Rambo? Did you have a falling out? Is it because you two are far away? I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter. Thank you. The bottom line is this. I will be completely 100% honest with you. And, you know, people will probably try to make shit up or say they don't believe me because they want to believe drama queen shit. The bottom line is this. When I lived in Connecticut for years, John and I did co-op commentary, co-op gameplay. We did this show Smart Guys. We traveled together. We did Street Fighter gameplay together. We did a lot of stuff, projects and everything together. Oof. In all of that time, all right, in all of the time that we did that stuff together, I could think of maybe 1 to 2 times ever that we ever had a disagreement on something, and even then it was something that
Aaron?
was minor,
Welcome back, man.
and that was handled quickly, and it
fucking
wasn't that
Gollum
ever
doing
let
some
it
Matrix
got
shit in that
get to the
cutscene. You
point
see that?
where business would hinder friendship. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of the big risk that you take when you go into business with someone. The bottom line is, never in that entire period of time before I moved out of Connecticut,
Chapter 2 has been long as fuck.
Ever have any ill will or feelings toward John. Never did he have any real major ill will or feelings towards me that I knew of. He never said anything about money. You know, he got paid for everything that he was involved in. He never said anything about money or anything like that. And we had great agreements that were going on. He doesn't ever write me. He doesn't call me. He doesn't text me. Nothing. And I did try actively to contact him and talk to him over the course of the year. And basically, I heard nothing whatsoever from John Rambo at all since then. So I have no idea what happened, if something happened in particular that turned him off or got him angry at me. The bottom line is it's never been brought up. And I'm going to say this, and I hope that people don't take this the wrong way, but in life, if you have something that you want to say or you have an issue with someone, all right, say it. Bring it up. Hash it out. Don't let resentment build up behind the scenes for whatever amount of time or whatever, because that's what happens is then if something happens and you don't bring it up and you let resentment build up, that's when relationships get ruined, right? And the bottom line is, did I ever hear or even get wind of anything negative from John or Howard or anyone from that camp who I used to do stuff with in Connecticut.
Yeah, they apologized
No, not
for
once.
this game.
And then all of a sudden, once I moved, it was like, that's it. Well, Phil's gone, so now he's out of our lives. It almost feels like to me like they're saying, well, he abandoned us. You know, we used to do all this fun stuff together. He's not here anymore, so now we're mad at him or something. I don't know. But it is, again, it's speculation. Anything that I could possibly say about a John Rambo situation is pure and utter speculation. Nothing ever happened. At least from my side, zippo. I was never contacted, never told, never ever got an inkling that there was something wrong. So if there was anything that ever went wrong between my relationship with John or Howard or anyone back in Connecticut, it's on their side. They let it build up. They let the resentment build up on their side without ever speaking up. And I hate to say it.
The guy, his friend's
life,
name was John Rambo, their channel or
if
their
you
username.
are a man, you will speak up about an issue. You will not let it linger and resent and build and fester into some kind of a negative thing where you don't want to talk to someone again, and then you're going to even at some points talk shit about them and stuff. See, I would never do that because I have no reason to talk shit about people who I have always had a great relationship with. So for me, I have no clue if there's any negativity, any resentment. I have no idea, and I'm still in the dark to this day. So that's why when people ask me straight up, what's up with John Rambo?
Spoilers, Daniel. Not everybody's
Rambo,
seen it, man.
because I have
That's
no
not
clue.
cool.
So I don't know what his problem is, and I have no control over it. He doesn't talk to me anymore. He won't even respond. If I text him or call him, I don't get anything back. So from my situation, from my perspective, it's not even a relationship anymore. It's over, and it's 100% on him because I had nothing to do with it. There you go.
DSP telling his fans to go ask them would lead to John and Howard getting harassed on Twitter.
I have if you look at the description, I have channel rules, and no spoilers is literally like the first
DSP
one.
would not react to this until 7 years later in 2022.
Oh yeah, there was a wrestler
8-hour
named John
reaction
Rambo.
series. Due to the sheer length of John Rambo's response and DSP's reaction, I will cover this.
I'm
in a
being
separate
serious,
episode
Daniel.
just
I'm not
dedicated to this.
playing.
Due to his low views, Machinima would once again renegotiate DSP's contract, resulting in him having less income. With one of his final videos of 2015,
Spoilers aren't
he would
cool
really
in general.
push his Patreon.
The one thing that I really need from everyone right now, all right, first of all, do all the things I suggested in the last
Gollum
video.
looks like he's been huffing something in
Watch
these
the videos,
cutscenes. Yeah.
Spread the word. Please continue
He looks
to stay out of drama. You guys have done a great job this
looks
week.
out of place.
I've heard almost no drama whatsoever in regards to myself, nothing. It's just people are watching, people are enjoying, people are having fun, being positive on social media, and I'm not hearing any kind of negative bullshit. People are not getting caught up in the drama of nonsense of the stupid slanderous shit throwing that people do about me. And I'm out of it too, because since you don't talk about it, I don't hear about it, and it's been a good week for me. So thank you in regards to that. It's been a great week. Please continue to do so, all right? And of course, Patreon is going to help to make sure that with this pay cut that I'm taking, that I could still afford to pay my bills.
In 2016, DSP would open a new channel called KO Gaming. He had hoped the name of the channel would distance it from himself due to the negativity around the Darkside Phil brand. Alongside a new channel,
I remember
DSP
when he
would begin
changed it
doing
like
reaction
that.
videos of movie trailers, gaming events,
KO
wrestling
Gaming
events,
and all that.
YouTube drama. Though in February, DSP would find himself in drama when a YouTuber covering the newly released Street Fighter game would reference Phil as a rage quitter.
Rage quitters. When somebody is gonna sit there and get
Alpha Mega Sin
over losing in a match and shit, and they're just gonna,
I remember that video.
Miles of excuses as to why they're losing, and it can be 1,000,001 different things. It's never a lack of, I don't know, skill. Oh, they don't want to say some shit like that. And then they become fucking Dark Side Phil, and they just like, oh, I'm gonna fucking cry, or maybe fucking rage quit and get out of there. There's no penalty for that shit. As a matter of fact, and them rage quitting can actually gonna help them. And I think that's some fucking bullshit. How the fuck are you gonna overlook something like that?
DSP would initially address Alpha Omega Sin's video on his Twitter, but then go on to a rant
He took
on
a
his
break.
pre-stream podcast.
100 emails from people saying, Phil, why is Alpha Omega Sin talking shit about you in this video? And I watched the video, and for a good 30 seconds, the guy goes on a ranting tangent about rage quitters in video games, doesn't even really apparently understand
I finally
what it even
finished
means
chapter
to rage
2.
quit
Holy
in a
shit.
video game. And then he name drops me as the example, like the poster boy for rage quitting in video games. I have to speak up. Saying, even if he's wrong, you should just let it go. All right. I've been the bigger man for a long time. I have. I'm very different now than I used to be. When I started out on YouTube, I was very cocky. I thought I was the cock of the walk. I was the big shit. You know, I was the one who was very popular for doing fighting games and stuff on YouTube. And a lot of the fighting game community did not like me for that because they said, here's a guy who's not even a tournament winner. And here we are trying to be full-time gamers and we're barely scraping by trying to win tournaments and shit to pay our bills while Phil is just uploading casual matches to YouTube. And he's known for fighting games and he makes a living doing it. That's not fair. And a lot of people in the fighting game community hate me for that. I can't help that. I can't help natural jealousy over success. I just can't. YouTubers, as of late now, feel safe. They feel safe at talking shit about me. And the stuff that they say is completely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I've had big YouTubers accuse me of abusing copyright law. That I throw false takedowns at other YouTubers constantly, and I'm known for it, and I'm infamous for it. And I actually was called a dick sucker publicly.
Let's try to see if I can get
even though I've never ever instituted anything like that on YouTube without legal counsel, meaning I hired a fucking lawyer to tell me whether or not I had a legal claim to anything, and or the interaction of my partner network, Machinima. But I get the shit for it, even though I have nothing to fucking do with it, and I've never done anything illegal or superfluous on the internet. And that's just one example of the many, many people who have tried to talk shit about me over the years, and I always let it go. I do. I always say I'll be the bigger man, and I'll just focus on my stuff.
Yeah, I got a
but now
code
I've
for
had
this.
enough. For two reasons.
This is a review
Number
code.
One, I am a pro fighting game player. Not currently, but if ever I want to, I could play a game enough and come back to the community and be a pro level fighting game player if I wanted to.
So there's 10 chapters. I'm at chapter 3.
And I'm not going to put up with it anymore. I'm just not. I'm not going to be the butt of everyone's joke. And here's the other reason, because I just brought up number one. I am a tournament winner. I know I'm a good player. Everyone knows I'm a good player who isn't a fucking jackass.
Just kind of weird.
And you can't erase that. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to rage quitting. I'm not putting up with the bullshit any fucking more. I'm done with it. I'm absolutely done with it. Anyone who wants to fucking say shit, you're going to get fucking roasted when I get my fucking hands on you. Because there's a lot of shit I could say about a lot of fucking YouTubers, and they're not going to like it.
Once DSP had calmed down, he would make a second video about Alpha Omega Sin, claiming that people like Alpha Omega Sin was hurting his business and he wasn't going to take it anymore.
He says that rage quitting is an issue in this game. He says, don't you hate it when
everybody's
you're
got to
playing
play
a game online
AEW Fight
and you're
Forever?
fighting someone and there's a guy who he's losing and he's making all these fucking excuses.
I'll check that one
and he
out,
won't
hopefully.
take credit for his loss. You know, it's never his lack of skill or whatever. There's always an excuse. And then they pull the plug. You know, like the dark side Phil. Don't you hate when he pulls the plug on the end? Now, that's paraphrasing. But basically, that's the segment he talks about. Then he goes on to explain how there's no punishment in Street Fighter V for rage quitters, okay? What is wrong with this statement? Very simple. I have never rage quit, period, in Street Fighter. People will make all kinds of arguments that we're going to address. I told you I'm going to have concrete evidence. The first thing I'll address right up front. Well, Phil, you've quit games before. You've gotten very angry. And just recently you were angry at the Bloodborne DLC and you quit it before you even beat the first boss and all that. That has literally nothing to do with the conversation. This conversation is in particular when it comes to Street Fighter, Street Fighter V, online gameplay, and rage quitting out of a match. I have never done it during a match that was serious. And what I mean by that is you will find one instance on the internet where I actually did drop out of an online match. I can show it to you right now. In fact, it's playing right here.
Kind of
It's
hungry,
funny
but I'm going to wait till
during this
lunch
whole
tomorrow to
situation this
eat.
week, I kind of came out on Twitter. I said, I've never rage quit. I don't know why people are saying that I've rage quit. And someone posted up this particular video. That video in question is from my April Fool's 2013 special where I purposely did it as a joke for April Fool's because I never do it. That was the joke. Funny how people will steal my content again and upload it on their channel out of context to try to make me look bad when in reality it makes sense when it's in context. So if you scour the internet, the thousands upon thousands of fighting game videos.
Could a Family Guy cut away to him shutting down the game and deleting it? I've done that to some games. I'm not going to fucking lie. There's been some games where I'm like, you know what? Fuck this.
It just simply doesn't exist. Now, I'm sure people now, because I've said this, are scouring the internet and maybe they'll find one. The bottom line is this. thousands of matches, no one has the right to call me an infamous rage quitter and name drop me and use me as an example of the, like, a horrible rage quitter. Why the fuck would I rage quit, and how could anyone pull that association out of their asshole and say that I am, like, synonymous with rage quitting? It's completely false. Now, there's two things that I'll address. Number one, why am I bringing this up? Why is it such a big deal to me and my business that I need to bring it up? If I've got someone on YouTube who has so many people that follow them, saying in a video that I am an infamous rage quitter, that is going to deter people from watching my videos. Think about it. If you follow this guy, Alpha Omega Sin, you watched this video, you never heard of me before, you heard that I'm a terrible rage quitter, all I ever do in every match of Street Fighter is complain and drop from the match, and then you're looking on YouTube for people playing Street Fighter 5 and you see Dark Side Phil, chances are you're going to say, well, Alpha Omega Sin said that guy's a fucking rage quitting asshole, and you're going to skip the video. It definitively hurts my business. It's slander. It's completely false. There is no evidence to back this up whatsoever, and I am not going to stand for it. There is no way that I'm just going to sit here and say, well, I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to take it because I'm tired of it. There are so many people who have made me the butt of these jokes on YouTube that I'm the example of the bad gamer. I'm the example of the one who does it wrong. That's why my business has had decline.
Jesus Christ, I fell in the water. How do I get the fuck out?
And I don't get in the face of these people and say, you're wrong. Now man up and apologize for lying about me. If anything, you have to think the reason it was done was to get a rise out of people so more people will check out this video because he name dropped Darkside Phil and talk shit about him. Let's start some drama on the internet, right? Of course, since this whole situation came out, people are now saying other things. Oh, well, a rage quit means other things. It could mean that if you're playing a game and you just stop playing the game because you're angry at something happening, that's a rage quit. Listen, rage quit, the word itself has changed and adapted over the past several years. So any other version of rage quit, if I quit another game, oh, here's this match of Injustice where I was playing as Zod and I was mad because the guy was spinning
I've never
guns
played
so I just walked forward the whole match and let him win the
Injustice
match.
2 beyond like maybe like
in the way that we're referring to
10
it
minutes.
And if you think it is and you are, I don't care what Phil says, you're wrong. So you can believe whatever you want, and you could be wrong for the rest of your life.
I beat the first Injustice. I like that. I need to go back and play the second one.
It's never happened.
I've only played Versus with like a friend locally.
That people would
I've never tried
associate me with this kind of nonsense.
The story mode.
I know that my business on YouTube has been negatively affected massively by the negative shit that people have put out there about me. Yeah, a lot of people like to see me as the whipping boy of YouTube, the guy who is easy to make fun of. He's the easy target because legally, apparently, he has no leg to stand on. He's certainly not going to sue everyone who says something bad about him because he's not rich. And it's an easy target because everyone seems to have gotten popular by doing it, so I might as well do it too. It's really just become an epidemic. And there's obviously nothing I can do to stop it. But what I can do is when I see a definitive situation like this where someone's going to be blatantly wrong and say something that could hurt my business, I'm going to make a video like this one where I'm calm and composed, take some time to get the steam off before I film the video, and then I'm going to show you the evidence in front of you.
Less than 2 months later, DSP will make a reaction video about Tubikino.
Dude, I swear to God, the DualSense controller has like no battery life.
Patreon goal where patrons get to choose his next playthrough. Patrons would choose Persona 3, but DSP would rage quit on the final boss.
I'm not redoing it. I'm done. She's gonna heal him. I'm done. I'm done. It's over. It's over. Goodbye. It's over. That's it for Persona 3, ladies and gentlemen. That's the worst final boss fight I've ever done in an RPG. That's not an exaggeration. That is the worst final boss fight I've ever done. And I'm not redoing it. So I don't care about the end of the game. I spent, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, over 4 months. And I'm not doing it again. That's a complete waste of time. That was 90 minutes of one boss fight. The worst designed boss fight I've ever done in a fucking RPG. I'm done.
What's up, Johan?
I'm not playing this game again. That is it.
I have never played it. I own it, but I've never
complete garbage.
Played it.
That is complete.
Do you have to play local?
Game design.
Co-op.
DSP would leave the playthrough incomplete until
on it, or is there online?
Would finally finish it after 2.5 years. During a pre-stream in May, DSP would accidentally leave the camera on, though nothing was.
So I remember this.
That he was masturbating at the time.
This is when I started following Dark Side Phil. Camera's on.
Been on the whole time, huh?
Hello.
Hello.
Interest in DSP would skyrocket.
I made a parody
due to
of
this
that.
incident in the month of May,
And
it would
then,
be the most relevant time since
that's when
its
he
peak
blocked
in
me.
2010.
No online is
DSP would
possible, so
address
there's
the
no
incident
online?
The next day, obviously embarrassed by it, as anyone would be.
I'm certainly not going to hold it against anyone for joking about something that happened that was completely
DSP
hilarious
played
in my
Gollum for a
opinion.
minute
I
and
mean, I'll
gave
be
up.
honest, at first I was incredibly embarrassed, but after the initial
game
shock
is-
of knowing what happened,
this
I
game ain't that
cannot
great.
stop laughing
To be
about it. Seriously. Like,
completely
the
honest.
memes, all the shit going on the internet right now is absolutely out of control. And, I think it's funny. I really do think it's funny. I do. I don't know about anyone else. A lot of people are like appalled. Oh my god! Come on. Yes, because we all know that, you know, it's such an unnatural
Yeah, I might check it out
thing.
one day, man.
It's such a horrible, horrendous action. Everyone, you know, whoever has done it should be burned at the stake. Then again, everyone who's done it probably didn't inadvertently live stream it. But that's what happens sometimes. That's the risk that people who put their life out on the internet daily take. And I took the risk, and there was a slip. It wasn't a nip slip, but it certainly was a slip. That was an unintended slip.
Yeah, he definitely slipped pretty fucking big
So
on
anyway.
that incident.
In the same month, DSP's review of Homefront would go viral on KO Gaming, a much-needed boost in viewership. With this viral video and the relevancy he received due to the incident, DSP had an opportunity to revive his channels. But DSP would lose momentum because he would go on another staycation to downtown Seattle in July. Also, he would split his attention across multiple channels instead of focusing on just one, diminishing how much of an impact he could make and limiting his growth. Phil would make videos that wouldn't get him views, choosing unpopular topics for his intended audience. One such example would be a video about identity theft that would get him less than 10,000 views. DSP would continue to choose topics and games that would be against his audience's wishes, and this would lead to low views. DSP would notice the low views and said he would try not to pay attention to it because it would affect his content.
My streams, and it seems in my videos. Honestly, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know, because I haven't even checked the viewership on my videos. I'm playing the games, I'm uploading the videos, and I'm trying not to let it negatively affect me. Because I found in the past, historically, that if I play a game and I notice that not a lot of people are watching the playthrough, that I get this, like, in the back of my head, it's a nagging feeling about money and finances and shit like that, and it bothers me, and it can negatively affect the playthrough. And I don't want it to, because the bottom line is I'm liking both of the games I'm playing this week, so I'm kind of like trying not to pay attention to what's going on YouTube with viewership, because I don't want it to have any
Insomnia's
kind of an
kicking your
effect
ass,
on
so here you are.
my gameplay experiences. Okay.
What's up, Bug Captain?
But at the
Good to
same
see you here,
time,
man.
I've noticed, honestly, that
Fluffy
the streams
Gamer,
have
what's
not
up,
been
dude?
huge. You know, on Tuesday we had a good amount of people for the premiere of both Deus Ex and King of Fighters, and then yesterday we literally had about half the attendance. So in one day's time, half the people who checked out the premieres decided not to come back the next day. That's not good. All right. Now I don't know if it's just a symptom of the games not being very fun to watch. I don't know if it's a symptom of people are playing the games themselves and don't want to be spoiled. I have absolutely no idea. All right.
By October of 2016, DSP's views fell so low, he reached out to his audience pleading for help.
Where's the
he would
fucking
make
orc?
2 videos in the same day, one in his pre-stream and another in his weekend preview, pleading for his audience to help him this month.
The bottom line is this. My business isn't doing so well. And I don't know what's going on. Allow me to explain. Earlier this year, my business
They should
was
just
doing
made
well.
a badass fucking Lord of the
October,
Rings
November, and
game.
December, when all the new games are coming out, I
This
see a
one I'm
spike in
totally
views,
indifferent
and I
on.
see a
Like, there's
spike
nothing.
in income because of it, and I depend on it because this is something that helps me at the end of the year to pay my taxes, to pay off my impending bills, things that I built up over the summer that really I couldn't pay off because I wasn't making a lot of money. This is kind of how YouTube works. You get highs and lows during the year. But I have bad news. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but according to YouTube, nothing is turning around, and basically I'm like this. I'm completely flat. During the summer, when there were no new releases, the same amount of people are now watching me cover all the new releases. Not one extra person has come back to watch me cover the new stuff. And I have a very hard time believing this. I really do, okay? So let's talk honestly here, all right? Here's the deal. Right now, I'm nervous because I don't know what's going to happen. Typically, what happens is the end of the year, we get this spike, and it helps me out.
No, I never
Now,
played Lord of the Rings
if I don't
Third
get
Age.
any kind of an increase in viewership, in income,
I played,
for the next 3 months for the end of the year, which
Shadow
is a
of
big
Mordor.
push, the most ad revenue and everything.
Thought that was
I don't
pretty
know if
cool.
realistically I'm going to be able to do this full time.
DSP does talk enough for
and that's
fucking
terrible
5
because
people.
this is an 8-year legacy. So all I can say is this, everyone. The reason I'm bringing this up in the week in preview, I love doing this. And the week in preview is the pivotal day of the week when I get to tell you all the stuff that I'm covering. Very shortly, if by the end of the year this doesn't turn around, I don't think you're going to be seeing me around as much as you did, if at all, because I won't be able to do YouTube as a job anymore. I was actually, literally, I was on the phone with my mother today, talking to her about this, and she's like, well, how could you get out of all that debt? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Declare bankruptcy and ruin my credit and having to move out of this house? You know what I mean? It's like, if I could just make the money that I was making last year before all the trolling happened that really screwed me over, I'd be fine. I'd be more than fine. I'd be able to save money, and I'd be able to pay off my
this
debt.
asshole go?
And those kids that fucked with me last year with those false copyright strikes really have no idea how much they hurt me. Like, someone could have run up and stabbed me, and if I survived it, probably would have been less damaging than what those fucking kids did to me last year. I mean, I'm devastated. So what can you do? You are the avid viewer. You are the person who likes my stuff, who watches the Week in Preview, who wants to know what can you do. Well, keep doing what you're doing. 'Cause according to YouTube, you're doing the positive stuff. You're liking the videos. You're sharing the videos. You're watching the videos. Like, I can't fault anyone on the opposite side of this camera because according to YouTube, you guys are
Why
doing
is
the
he
right
jumping
thing.
so fucking
Like,
high?
the proof is there. The evidence is there that you
I just
are
wanna
loving the
fucking
stuff
get
and
on
doing
there.
the right thing. So, to me, I just got to be like, I don't know, right? I can't. What do you blame? How do you blame anything?
There we go.
I don't know. So it is what it is. You're doing the right stuff. The only things that
this
I can
game
say you can do,
sucks.
maybe if you're not doing some of those things I just mentioned, please do. And over here, of course, Patreon. And, you know, every once in a while, first of all, I only plug Patreon very rarely. But the bottom line is I need help, whether it's more views somehow or spreading the word about my videos or Patreon. Because I've said this a million times and people take it for granted, all right? I don't advertise a lot, so not a lot of
Dude.
people hear about Patreon. It's very simple. It's this simple. Do you watch the Week in Preview every week? Think about it. Do you watch some of my gameplay videos every week? Are they entertaining to you? Or
Jump
do
up
you watch
there,
my
you
vlogging
fucking
every
fat
week? DSP
fuck.
Tries It, which has been the longest running DSP series pretty much ever, right? Do you watch my new edited content over on KO Gaming? If your answer to any of those is yes, and the answer is I want to see it continue, Patreon is the way to make it happen. Seriously, I'm serious about this. If 10% of the people, 10%, 1/10, who watch my videos and live streams pledged $1 a month to my Patreon, I would
See, I have
not
to
ever
run.
care about YouTube views. I would not ever care
I have
about
to
YouTube
run
ad
up that
revenue.
wall and
You never have
it's
to hear me
fucking
have a segment like this again in a video.
very
okay?
janky.
It's $1. $1 a month. What is that to you? A pack of gum? You know what I mean? I'm sure you throw $1 away on stupid shit
There
every
we
month,
go.
but you could use it on much more useful stuff, like allowing me to continue to do this 8-year fucking legacy as a business in the future. $1 a month. It's not a
Dude,
lot,
jump up
okay?
there.
Please, if you have never considered pledging to Patreon before, but you like my stuff, please consider doing it if you can do it. Listen, I understand to those who can't, but if you can, I mean, I'm being real with you now. I need the help because I don't know what the fuck is going on with YouTube. I can't change positively when YouTube's telling me everything I'm doing is positive, yet I still have low views and I'm not making any money. It doesn't make sense. So it's got to come from somewhere else. And if Patreon is the way to do it, then Patreon has to be the way to do it, all right? So please, pledge to Patreon. If we could get a significant increase in Patreon pledges this month to show a rally of positivity
go.
that I can still make this happen, think about that. That's going to hit me full head of steam into the end of the year, getting, you know, super confident, editing these videos. Right now, I'll be honest with you, like, I'm excited, but I'm very worried. And I don't want that to come through when I'm playing a game or I'm doing something that I'm worried about the future of my business, and now I'm not having fun anymore, or I'm frustrated because I want to get this fucking video out and just get the fuck out of here because I'm so frustrated. I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be positive. Earlier this year, I was so overwhelmingly happy and positive. I don't know what the fuck happened over the summer that everything changed like this. I don't.
A week later, DSP would announce that October was the best month in Patreon he's had thanks to his fans. But he would go on to say that he still needs help to keep going. He would ask viewers to pledge at least $1 because you can't buy anything with $1. who will also criticize other content creators in the same video.
And so there's an 8-year legacy on YouTube. And by the way, more videos than probably anyone has uploaded to YouTube, besides maybe someone who uploads 5-second clips and spams them like a crazy moron. More significant videos, more videos with actual content. I'm probably the most prolific YouTuber on the entire internet. So because of that, because I'm all about the games and the gameplay and busting my ass making gameplay videos for you, I don't make a lot of money. I'm not like these other fucking people, right? And I'm not using all the tricks of the trade to get high views on YouTube so I can get tons of sponsorship and free games out of the ass like everyone else. There's gamers on YouTube that have not paid for a fucking video game in years. I'm going to say that again. There's gaming YouTubers who have not even bought a fucking game for years.
Yeah,
They get
apply for
everything
review
free, but they
codes.
get
I could get them.
paid to play the fucking game.
I don't
Not
get
one
paid to
video they
play
put out
all
is
the
legitimate.
games, but
it's all paid sponsorship.
you can apply for
And that's what
review
people think is
codes. I get them. I
good.
got this as a
How?
review code.
Are you a fucking idiot? You're just watching constant advertisements for free, by the way. You're a moron. You're wasting your time watching these advertisements for free on YouTube, and you think that they're entertaining because, I don't know, maybe you're simpleton. Who else would like this fucking shit? I don't know. I certainly fucking don't. I watch it. I watch 5-10 seconds of it, and I want to fucking vomit and shit at the same fucking time. And I know I have a viewership that's in the same mind frame as me, or else I wouldn't have been on YouTube for 8 years. There's actually a group of intelligent people out there who want my kind of content. Informative. Real, right? Not fucking stage scripted entertainment. You're not watching my streams to be entertained every possible second of the fucking stream or every possible second of the video. You need instant gratification. No, you're more mature than that. You understand that you can watch the content and, oh, well, this is what the game is. Now I know if I want to go check it out for myself or not. Or I know I wasn't going to get this game, so I'll watch Phil play it, so at least I know what the game's all about. That's what my content has always been about on DSP Gaming. I need help. Right now, I need, first of all, people who are watching my stuff to spread it via word of mouth so that I can keep paying my fucking bills and keep my house and not have it repossessed and shit. I need help. Number 2, Patreon. Because the bottom line is, if you already watch my stuff, you already spread the word about my stuff, and YouTube is saying that everyone who watches my stuff is liking it according to all their metrics, right? The only other thing you could do to help me is Patreon. Pledge money to get perks, get stuff back, but also to help me. 2 positive things is that, number 1, Patreon, I had an outpouring of support this week for people who pledged to my Patreon. And I just want to say this right up front. Thank you to those who watched the weekend preview last week, believed me, and listened. Because the worst thing would happen is no one believed me, no one listened, and then by the end of this year, that's it, and my YouTube career is done, and I'm gone. And 8 years, a legacy gone, just because people didn't believe me that I was actually in trouble and that I needed your help, all right? People did. This month, October 2016, is going to be, I'm going to have the most number of pledgees ever on Patreon, and I'm probably going to make the most money ever that I've ever made on Patreon before, since I started in February of 2015. If right now, like I said, 10% of the people who watch my stuff gave $1 a month, I would never be talking about this shit ever again. So if you're seeing this video, this is the first you're hearing of this, and you watch my daily live streams or you watch my daily gameplay videos on DSP Gaming, you love my vlogging here on
the door's open now.
And
Okay.
you really like what I've been doing over on KO Gaming with the new video style I've been putting out this year, and you want to see me continue to do this
Slayer Nathan.
as little as $1 a month. It's nothing to you in a lot of cases, and I'll say this, I
Didn't even see
aware
you
there are
say
some
hi
people who
earlier.
find
This is the first time I'm
$1
seeing
is a
you
ton of
chat.
money, okay? For us in the United States, it's nothing. We can't buy a pack of gum. We can't buy any food. You can't even buy an onion at your grocery store for $1 in most cases. It's more than that, okay? So $1 to us is nothing. Understand that's from my frame of reference that I say that. But if a bunch of people pledge $1, it means a lot. It could keep me doing this in the long term. So thank you to those who have pledged. Please, I hope you keep your pledges moving forward, because that's going to support me and allow me to keep doing this. And if you have not pledged yet, get in on it. I'm telling you, this is how I'm going to be able to do this long term, and it'll get me up in the morning energized and positive that people want to see me keep doing this, rather than me every day stressing out about fucking views and who's going to show up and who's going to watch what game. That's why I adopted Patreon last year to begin with. So if I can make enough money doing it, that I don't have that pressure. The problem is, last year the false copyright strikes completely fucked my business. And now I'm not in the position where I'm sitting pretty and Patreon's helping me with that anymore. I just need to pay my fucking bills. Okay? It's to the point now where, like, I keep explaining to people, I'm in dire straits, I need help, I need to advertise, you need to participate. And then I do my pre-stream where I do a few ads a day for maybe 10 minutes, and everyone in the stream chat bitching, like a little entitled kid. More ads, he's doing it again, what the fuck? I'm about to give you a free 3.5-hour gameplay stream, and you're complaining because I'm giving a few plugs beforehand to pay my fucking bills. I mean, talk about being immature and not a logical being that just doesn't understand how fucking.
All right, guys, I think I'm honestly
gonna
gonna get off. I'm fucking tired as fuck, and this game's putting me to fucking.
That's the only time I even advertise.
This game's putting me to fucking sleep.
You never see a video on YouTube. Oh, by the way, do this and this and give me money for this.
We'll continue this documentary.
Never do I make that kind of video. This is a rare occurrence in a video like this.
We'll continue this documentary the next time I stream, which might be tomorrow night. I'm not sure. I'm getting fucking tired. Yeah, Gollum is not that good, guys. Gollum's bad. I'm glad that I didn't pay for this. I've been streaming for 3 hours almost. I think I'm going to call it. I will see you guys later. I do appreciate y'all. If you haven't hit the like button yet, can y'all hit like now? I'm almost at 50 likes before we end it. Can we get to 50 likes? We're at 41 likes. Can we get 50 before we end it? Please. And we'll talk a little bit right now as well. So as far as like the DSP goes, as far as the DSP content goes, I'm not really familiar with him until now. Like I'm a post cameras on incident follower. I didn't know his early stuff. His documentary is not as elaborate as the Chris Chan one, that's for fucking sure. The Chris Chan one was fucking detailed, polished. You know, it's not. It doesn't compare. This one doesn't compare to the Chris Chan stuff. And Chris Chan was much more of a entertaining figure, honestly. More entertaining, more I guess randomness, more stuff to like react to and stuff. Like all DSP really is a guy ranting on camera and bitching. Like there's nothing really so far going on. Like now he got into the Alpha Mega Sin drama and stuff like that. But I think he picks up once he starts fighting with guys like Keem and guys with like, you know, Stuttering Craig and stuff like this last year, you know. Like this year happening right now, I think he's more entertaining because he's actually vocalizing and talking about people that he's beefing with and stuff. So all that we're seeing right now is just him bitching about YouTube and stuff like that. So it's not as fucking entertaining as, you know, as we would like. So, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I will see y'all soon. Be on the lookout for videos, guys. Watching my videos is the best way to help me. Watch, like, share, comment. I don't want to sound like DSP, but it definitely is the best way to help my channel grow. And I work to entertain you guys. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Thank you, guys.